Global, 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 global. Geek, 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 geek.
Yeah.
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 Hey, global.
Let's rage.
Welcome to the global. Wait a minute. Welcome to the global. Or it's. And now for something completely different. It's. Yeah, I was legit like Monty Python. We won't say the name. Let's go. It's. And then I'll play the music. Oh, there. Oh, I should have done that first. Well, now I know. The more you know. Welcome everyone to the Global Geek Gang. Clobberin Times issue number 134 on YouTube, 834 overall. Thank you for being here. I have a wonderful gang with me here tonight. Today, no, well, it's night, it's day, it's both.
I don't
That's
know
why
what
we're
it is
global.
anymore.
It's both because
It's
we're global.
global. It's
Yeah,
global.
true.
We can when it's even morning somewhere. It's everything, everywhere, all the time, because it's global. If that didn't chase anybody away, I don't know it will. Welcome, my dear friends, of course. Before I say some hellos to our wonderful chat, I want to say some hellos to my wonderful gang. And I'm not starting with the dudes because they're dudes, and it's so much more fun to start with the beautiful ladies. My magnificent first officer, the greatest first officer in the fleet, the amazing, the astounding, the extraordinary, the fantastic, and I would use a few more, but she's already getting me on my grammar, so the grammar cops.
I love you with all of my heart. Thank you for that warm welcome, Clobby, my Captain Clobby. However, you have great grammar. There is absolutely nothing wrong with your grammar. I love it, and I love you. Thank you so much for the.
You can call me on it. I won't mind. You know,
No, you have great grammar, and I just adore you. And now I have to say hello to Nick. Nick!
Hey, Raquel!
Nicholas.
Hi.
Mr. 32 is here.
And the Boothby of the Global Geek Gang, Eric O'Sullivan. Hello.
Hello.
And hail to the chat. Look at all of these wonderful faces. I love each and every one of you. It's so good to see you guys. Thank you for stopping in.
Indeed. Nicholas and Eric O'Sullivan was a man. He was a big man with an eye like an eagle and as tall as a mountain. Hello, everyone. What a fantastic chat we got starting out. I know many other friends will pour in. First, Retro Nicky, if you're out there, I remember the Global Geek Gang, who is not feeling well. Brother, get better, get well soon. And a bit of medical advice, because I'm a doctor that plays one on TV, sometimes never actually. I play one on YouTube at the moment. Don't talk to Jed anymore on the phone like you've been doing in the mornings, and you'll be a lot better. Speaking of Jed, yes, everyone, he's not here. I've had enough of him, and I dumped him somewhere. But I'm not going to say known. I don't know, he's sleeping or something. I don't know. Ash, look at all these, all of the original crew of the Global Geek Gang, they're all MIA. They left me with this, but I got some fantastic friends here. So
yes,
they're all Nighthawks. They like to pretend like they have insomnia, but it's just the fact that they're Nighthawks.
Well, no, Eshin, it's normal time for Eshin, and
yes, it is. Yes,
in retro, this is all Jed's fault.
Yeah,
but you're right there.
Jed is capable of staying up until very, very late, and then he sleeps in the day.
I don't think. Yeah, he probably go to sleep till like about an hour before this. But anyway, that's okay. We love him, and he'll be back eventually. But what a fantastic chat we have here. Of course, my fantastic fellow Louisianian and great friend of the show, even though I can't say Louisianian apparently. Pat S. Welcome. Of course, new friend of the show in brightest day and in blackest night, no evil has escaped his sight. Because those who worship evil's might are definitely be wearing his power. I know bewaring's not a word, sorry.
Yes, they will.
Brightest day's light. Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah.
Snortapoopus Cuber.
Snortapoopus!
I love that name. Seriously.
I love Crucible the Crazed, too. That's a great name. Crucible,
right?
J-Man, my brother, good to see a new friend of the show, and he has a fantastic channel. There is a link to a lot of my friends' shows, including Nick's and many others, in the description below. Please go to J-Man's channel and check it out. He talks some cool geek stuff, and he has it with a good panel of guys and stuff. And if you have not checked this channel out, he does a lot of fun stuff and a lot of fun streams. J-Man, thank you for popping in, brother. Some weirdo in the chat named Eric O'Sullivan. Oh, there. I don't know who he is. Another new bud and a fellow comic shop owner, D-Bud Martin, yo, brother.
Yeah. Thank you so much for stopping in. It looks as though you are working, so you're going to be lurking and working, and that's okay with us. Just happy that you stopped in.
Yes, indeed. Always good to see you, buddy. You logabulous. I mean, look, D-Bud Martin actually put up with all my yammering last night, and I talked about nothing for 2 hours. Let's see here. Elagabulus. I'll get the name right one day, my friend, but I think
you'll get there, Clobby.
Actually, don't worry. I probably won't. There's Retro.
Mouthful.
We miss you, Retro. Hope you're doing well, buddy.
Yes.
Keep Jet out of your life. You'll be a lot better. I'm sorry I have to pick on Jet. He's not here, so I have to pick on him even more. I'm going to do it when he gets here, too, though. If he gets here, I'm going to pick on him even more. So. We hope
Pulpits, lobster, nom, nom, nom.
It's clobbering time for Jed.
Yeah, that boy's going to get clobbered when he gets here. Now, he's just this. It's fine. It's fine. Now, if we had like a set topic or something like that, I'd say, look, dude, you got to be here. And we will. Incidentally, everyone, we will. A few show notes that I'll talk about some of the upcoming topics on the Global Geek Gang. A few show notes, of course. Everyone, Saturday night, my magnificent first officer and I will continue our ongoing mission to explore strange new Trek episodes. Well, not new, but they're new in a sense because they're always so great. Even the third season. That's what you can't say.
The third season.
Yes, you can't say third season. You have to say third season. I love it though. It's all in love. It's like just an errant child. You have your problems with it, but you smack it on the bottom there and maybe hit him over the head with a broken Coke bottle or something. But no, we love it. We just we have to be critical of it. We have to be honest. And this week, the penultimate episode of our TOS reviews, we have decided to compact 5 this week and 5 the following week. We will adjust accordingly, folks. So we can finish up Star Trek, the original, greatest of all series. In our continuing mission to review all of real Star Trek. And as you all know, if you love Star Trek, you don't have to be told this, but we like saying it anyway. 1966 to 2005, only because it's the only Trek that matters. Next, of course, the animated series, then the original crew films, then TNG, DS9, Voy, and Int.
That's right.
Shall soon follow. The real
735, baby. 735.
Indeed. 735. That's going to be the big catch number there. You can explain that if you'd like. But let's see here.
Do you think you'll have a special event for the motion picture? Because I think the motion picture is fabulous.
I love it. We're going to combine a few.
We are. And I might as well announce it here today. Usually I like to leave it for our show, but we will be offering a special gift for anyone in our 735 club. Now, all told, there are 735 things that you can watch from 66 to 05 that are real Star Trek. So as we move from each generation of Star Trek, we will be sending out a gift through a drawing of names to a special viewer for tuning in with us. So I have already been assembling the gifts that I would like to send to you all. So we'll collect your names and I'll draw them out of a hat and then I will mail them to you with a special note from Clobby and I.
Nice.
Indeed. And I too love the motion picture there. J-Man, we haven't exactly hammered out how we're going to do it. Since there are 6 original cast films, I don't know if we're going to do it in 3 shows or in do 2 each or 2 shows and 3 each? Did we decide on that? What do you think? We'll figure it out.
We're trying to test drive it. The thing that Clobby and I have been talking about is that, there have been exhaustive reviews on these movies.
Yes.
And, a lot of people have said a lot of things about these movies. So we wanted to put our spin on it and turn it into our own thing, because there's something very special brewing in our chat, in our 735 club, in this 66 to 05 adventure. And we've built a wonderful community here. Through Clobby. And we're going to make it our own. So I think we may test drive. As everyone knows, I am a massive fan of TMP. So let's see how long we wax philosophical on it. But, we're going to play it by ear and see how much ground we can cover and see how much the chat lights up and the things that they want to discuss. But we really want to make it special for Clobby's channel and not, sort of go down the road that everyone else already has. But of course, we're going to provide the research and we're going to provide the reviews that people come to expect from our show.
Yeah, absolutely. We're gonna. It's gonna be so much fun because again, I love the movie. Again, I'm always one that wish Star Trek had stayed on television, but I still love the movies. So it's gonna be fun when we get to all those, and we'll work all that out. But yes, I'm actually really looking forward to talking about the animated series, though, because it doesn't get enough attention.
Fun.
It doesn't get enough attention. By the way, everyone, as you can see the link up there and the links in the chat, the wonderful literary works of our amazing first officer. Please check that out. That's a link there for Raquel. Oh,
thank you.
Pablo's here. Yo,
yeah.
Welcome,
Pablo.
Howdy ho, everyone. Have you been good, kids?
Pablo's been drinking. He's over there. He's just joining us from being on Midnight's Edge Espanol over there with Paulie, my good buddy Paulie, the great Latino slant. Brett Cohen, welcome, sir.
Hey.
So we're going to continue my show notes. By the way, Nick Weiser's link is in there as well, the great Nick Weiser's channel. Please also go to his channel. And as I mentioned earlier, because of my new friend, I want to help his channel out. I keep losing subs, but I want other people to gain subs, so you can have mine if I can give them to you there. J-Man is a good dude, and there's a link in the chat in my description below and right there. Please go check his cool channel out because he talks good, positive stuff. Even his gang is much like our Global Geek gang. They like to geek out and just have a good time, and that's what I think is really cool about that. So he's a good fellow. Dark Shadow Logan, welcome.
Hey, Dark Shadow. And Dee Dee Myers walked through the door a little while ago.
Dee Myers, what's up? What's up? But yes, let's see here. The Global Geek Gang salutes you. You are all a part of it. We appreciate you. Listen, Monday night, which is forever called, of course, Monday Night Mark C. Comics Talk. That's May the 10th, and that would have been the birthday of our dear departed friend Mark C.
Yeah.
And so, in celebration of him, a good buddy Steve Mitchum will be joining me for the first time, and we will be talking about Mark C's favorite comic book artist. Mark C and I've gone round and round about this. I had my problems with John Byrne, but I like some of the stuff. But he was Mark C's favorite, and he loved him. And Steve's a fan, so we're going to talk about a lot of the comic book art that Mark loved. But we're going to talk about John Byrne, and we're going to talk about a lot of comic book art because Mark C loved comics. He loved comic book art. He was a comic book artist, as you all know. And he and I have done a show about our top 25 favorite comic book artists and things like that. So we're going to just, in tribute to him, just talk about him a little bit and then talk about one of his favorite subjects, comic book art, which, I've been on Nick's show recently where we were talking about comic book art. It's one of my passions as well.
Love it.
So, in tribute to our wonderful departed friend, the great Mark C, that was what we will be doing Monday night.
Sounds excellent.
It will be a lot. It'll be great. It'll be there's a sad component to it because I miss him. I'd rather have him back here talking about it himself. But it'll be great. So I appreciate Steve Mitchum for coming up with that idea last night. We were kind of talking about what am I going to do. I was wondering what I was going to do for that show, and he just kind of mentioned it. So
I'm overjoyed to see Pablo. Pablito, que perro.
Oh yeah, Pablo.
I love seeing your face, Maddie. How you doing?
The question.
How are you?
Awesome.
Yeah, you all had a good show over there at Polly's?
Yeah, kind of tired, but it was a blast. We were talking about Superman and what J.J. Abrams is going to do with him.
Who's that? You mean Jar Jar Abrams?
Yeah, that guy.
By the way, Michael B. Jordan said that he wanted to do a respectful version of Superman, so he declined the offer. So,
Wow.
well, he got my respect. Yeah.
I have to respect for him on that, even though I was against him being cast as Johnny Storm. It didn't matter because the movie's so bad. I mean, I almost feel bad for him, but I really got to give that some respect. Now, again, if they're going to be is it the Calvin Ellis Val Zod or something like that, or is they actually going to call Clark Kent?
They are going for Clark Kent, but
they're going to call Clark Kent that.
Yeah.
Okay.
As I said on different times.
Yeah.
Holy fuck! We just had. Was that a thunder, or was that an explosion?
I don't know.
Just rando style F-bomb.
Sorry, but something went off on the outside of my home, and the lights went off for a second. So what happened?
They're coming to take you away, Pablo.
Oh no!
They're going to take you away. You're going to be probed, and then you're going to appear on the Global Geek Gang, and we're going to interview you on your probing.
No comment.
If they use loop, well, at least that, no?
Yeah. Well, I have to say I respect Jordan for that and appreciate it. Now, some other dumb nuts will do it, but yeah, still, that's good of him to be that way. Look, if you could look, it's Jar Jar Abrams, so it's DOA anyway. But I got to tell you, as much as I hate Jar Jar Abrams, and we're not gonna open this can of worms up that much, but I gotta say, I think it's kind of hilarious because I can't stand the Snyder filth either. And his would have been filth. He has a horrible take on the DC heroes anyway. So it's either gonna be one bad take by him or one bad take by Abrams. So it's over. Those characters are destroyed from movies anyway. For me, I know there are people who disagree with that. I don't care.
No, you are quite right.
Crisable the Crazed at 22 minutes past the hour says, they're making Red Sonja.
Oh, yeah.
They're making Red Sonja?
Yep. So we were just talking about that in Nerdrotics member stream. The girl who was the ghost in Ant-Man and the Wasp, and Red Sonja, she's a redhead. So they took another redhead and they tokenized yet another redhead. We had Jimmy Olsen, Annie, Ariel, and now we have this one, Wally West. Like we're just wiping out gingers. Lord Thoth would quote
Ariel,
#save gingers.
Mermaid.
Yep.
You would think that perhaps they may have something against Irish people or something.
Mary Jane as well. Like they're just
where are all the redheads going? Yeah, that's
Jim Gordon in the Batman movie coming up.
Okay, here's my theory. Someone on Hollywood actually got his parents murdered by someone with gingivitis. So that's.
we don't, but there is actually like a considerable amount of racism against the Irish when they came to North America, number one, and number two, still in Australia today. So and especially in the UK, where we have seen some children actually murdered and beaten up for the color of their hair. So very strange to keep removing the red hair. Yeah, it's very sad.
This is she's a lovely woman and all, but she does not look like Red Sonja.
Yeah.
In any way, shape, matter, or form.
Yeah, she's unrecognizable.
My Red Sonja is the Conan version. Yeah, that's I watched that on beta.
Bridget Nielsen.
I watched that on beta. Yeah, she was pretty. She was a force to be reckoned with.
Well, she's such the character from the comic is so just, and of course we were talking about last night. Midnight's Edge After Dark. What's up, man?
Hey,
hello,
Tom.
Great to see you.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Tom.
Hello.
Hello.
Well, I mean, it's good to see you, sir.
Booty shaking.
We're honored to have you stop in there. You know, this is just another one. Well, tokenize is the best word. Young Ripa's word.
Yep.
Well, Clobby, let's tap the brakes here for a second because I need to tap your great librarian brain. Can you please tell me a little bit about Red Sonja? Because I actually don't know that much about Red Sonja, and I don't want to move forward until I do. Could you please tell me a little history on the Red Sonja IP? I don't know. I merely know her from Conan.
Well, she's partially based on Robert E. Howard, of course, who created Conan. In the early 70s, Marvel got the rights to do Robert E. Howard. Roy Thomas got the rights to adapt the character into Marvel Comics. And at some point there were books here and there. Lynn Carter and L. Sprague de Camp had kind of butchered up some of Howard's books, but later they were put out in more pure form. But Marvel took over the license. They got Conan. They later even got Solomon Kane and others. But there's a character that's fairly similar to that, but not quite, in one of the Howard stories. So Roy Thomas, I believe it was Roy Thomas and Frank Throne and some others, created from a similar character in a Howard story, created Red Sonja. Okay. But still, she belongs to the Howard estate. Okay. Or she still belongs to Howard because now she switched hands comic book company wise, but for a good long run in the 70s, Frank Thorne did a Red Sonja series. She was very popular, and of course, as you know, they had the film in the mid 80s with Brigitte Nielsen and such. So, which Schwarzenegger was in that one, and but it's pretty basic stuff. She's very similar.
What's her character story, Clobby? I don't know what her character story is. So, what is her origin and character story? Where's she supposed to be from? I vaguely remember. Wasn't she a paid mercenary or something of that effect?
She's pretty much like that. She was kind of a mercenary type. She had an origin that had been seen in some other things. Remember the film Annie Calder, where she of course lived in the Hyborian Age with Conan, and she had her family, I believe, slaughtered at a very young age, and she was raised to be a warrior. Okay. You've seen it quite a few times and stuff like that. So but yeah, she did live in Conan's Hyborian Age, and she grew up to be a warrior, a mercenary, very similar to Conan in that respect, and traveled around in Samaria and other places having adventures. So it's pretty simple stuff. Very much like Conan. You could say, definitely she was the female equivalent of Conan, and did team up with him in the meet him up with the comics at times. It was even, we were talking about John Byrne earlier, there was even a Marvel team up issue where she met Spider-Man. Yes, she was brought into the future and met Spider-Man. Which was actually pretty good. So Marvel had her for a while. When I'm imagining
her, and when I'm thinking about her, I'm thinking of somebody with waist length, flaming red hair.
Oh, she's gorgeous.
Yes. Yeah. So it seems a little odd that we're changing that.
Well, they could probably put her red hair. They'll probably give her red hair. In all fairness, look at Amber Heard. I think it's. Maybe part and parcel with the character. Hopefully, she'll have the red hair and the chainmail bikini.
Maybe, yeah.
I would be shocked if that even happened, because it seems like we have this idea where we're against women getting fit, and obviously there's been some exceptions with like Wonder Woman, but it seems like Hollywood is trying to lean more towards being as in shape as Brie Larson, not to open up that can of worms, but just she's a very relevant topic. These are human beings that don't look like they're the best in shape, and they're trying to use the whole they're lazy, and they're trying to make it say, it's about being body positive. That's another buzzword that they're passing around now.
But they don't mind being body positive with all the male stars who need washboard abs, and you need to be able to bounce a quarter off their posterior. Yes. So the men have to look like superheroes, but the women don't have to look like superheroes because we want to be positive.
Yes, that's exactly what they're going for.
Maybe perhaps you should back away from a part if you don't feel like you want to look like a superhero. If you want to look like a soccer mom, perhaps you shouldn't sign up to be a superhero in a multi-million-dollar movie. What do you think, guys?
Yeah.
Oh, what do I think?
Yeah.
They're in on it together. I mean, Kenny, Hammond, whatever her name is, who's playing Red Sonja, she's in on it with this crew. She's gonna be like, oh, hey, look, I can be lazy. I don't have to work out, or at least do serious workout. I can be this character, and it doesn't matter if comic fans hate, because they're going to use the excuse of it's the vocal minority again.
No,
we've heard that one before. Yeah, right.
I will give you one of the reasons why they are doing this. OnlyFans. OnlyFans has demonstrated that people don't even care if a woman is fit or not. They will spend money on watching if they are desperate enough.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that Hollywood is trying to do, is trying to get the money from desperate men that want to see.
Pablo, it's not about women being fit. I think that there are a lot of people who take on that attitude and they hide behind it. I think it's really about believability. When I hear everyone on the panels talking about these great superheroes, I hear them talking about the fact that it's not believable if the woman has a pooch and has noodle arms. Like, these are men who are asking for these women to look like Amazons. They're not asking for somebody who is anorexic and frail. They're asking for believable superheroes, and we demand it of men. And of course, men have to take steroids and they have to do 1,000 crunches a day, and they throw up because they have to eat 8,000 calories in fewer than 5 hours. And that's apparently okay. But for women, body positive. I'm not sure I'm buying this hypocrisy, and I'm not sure I'm buying the argument that is being forwarded. I just don't buy it anymore. There is too much objectification of men in this same regard in order for me to accept that argumentation. I think it's just weak. And
yes, it is.
Yeah.
Well, I just want to say that, by the way, Midnight's Edge, Tom in there saying something about Andre. I think you mean Andre's not happy about this. Tom, if you're more than, I know you're a busy man, but if you want to jump on for a few minutes and talk about it,
yeah, Tom, come on in.
I just don't know how to send you a link. I can't send one to you.
I will send him the link that you
sent. No pressure.
Me.
If you
don't bring sex appeal, and I approve.
No pressure if you can't make it, buddy. But if you can pop in, if you want to speak, we'd love to have you.
I think of Tom as the doorman of streams. Do you know what I mean? He's the big, ugly doorman who lets people in and out. And yeah, I love Tom. And
Tom,
did you notice that Ash Singh just walked through the door?
Yes, what's up?
Ash Singh.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Hey,
Ptolemy's minion and Pupper just walked through the door as well.
Minion. If you'll notice,
you see Tom's comment, Clobby, before we go forward? Read Tom's comment. It's very valuable.
Tom, I just sent you the link.
Okay, because I can't. It won't let me send him a link. So
no.
He already responded.
There you go, buddy. Thank you, buddy. Cool. As you can see, Frank Thorne was the artist who started Red Sonja at Marvel, really, and he just passed recently. He was very old, very legendary comics artist from the Golden and Silver Age, but his claim to fame in the Bronze Age was Red Sonja. And I always loved his work on it. You can see that she was fantastically gorgeous. Obviously. Yes. In the Hyborian Age, holds her own with Conan, and later, I mean, they've been doing a lot of comics with her recently. But as you can see, she doesn't look a whole lot like that young lady they're going to be casting.
No.
Shocker.
Yeah. Right.
No.
I will say
and once again, I'm going to reiterate that a lot of the complaining that I've been hearing when I look at these streams and when I look at the discussions, the discourse on social media, it really has been people saying, like, I don't believe that this person is not built or strong enough. When you look at Brigitte Nielsen, you're looking at somebody who you believe could be this Red Sonja character. And so, if they're bringing in somebody who's 5'2" and 110 pounds soaking wet, that is going to be just as offensive to the fans. This has nothing to do with well, maybe it has a little bit to do with over sexualizing the character. It's also about the fact that superheroes need to be believable, and if we demand it of the men, then we must also demand it of the women. Full stop.
Yep, absolutely. Welcome, Tom. Welcome. Always a pleasure.
Tom.
Hi. Or afternoon, whatever it is where you is. Hello.
Hey.
Hola, jefecito.
Thank you for popping in, bud. How you doing?
He's alive. Tom's alive. I think he's only up above me by a state.
Doing all right. I'm just trying to destroy my microphone. Sorry.
Too good. Oh man!
Okay,
So you guys are talking some Red Sonja, so I figured
wow.
something better to bring in than
now we got a full panel.
the man who knows everything and anything when it comes to Conan and Red Sonja and Robert E. Howard connections. Andre,
I want to welcome you to Clobberin Times, my friend. I'm a big fan of your channel, sir, and your work. Thank you.
Well, thank you, and thanks for having me.
It's good to see you, sir.
Likewise.
Hello, big boss.
Hey,
We're talking
going?
about Red Sonja. What's going to happen with Red Sonja, Andre? And some of us have some deep concerns about the direction of the character and the presentation of this superhuman who should have this superhuman strength. And what are your thoughts on the potential for Red Sonja to be made into something else for this generation?
Well, I want to try to be diplomatic here. I don't know. I don't know if any of you have seen it, but the moment that the writer and director was announced, then we actually put up a video about the history of Red Sonja. The origins of the characters, and a little bit of what we knew of this writer and this director. And again, we were very diplomatic in that video, but the underlying tone was feel free to be optimistic, but really abandon all hope right here. So this casting choice, I mean, absolutely no disrespect to the actress, but I'm honestly not surprised, because Red Sonja, she has two visual characteristics. One is her ginger hair, obviously, and the other is her chainmail armor. And what we could tell right off the bat was that both of those would go. I honestly would have been surprised if they had cast an actual ginger actress for this role. I would have been surprised. I was honestly fully expecting a black Red Sonja, and here we are. Like, I didn't put it so bluntly in the video, but here we are. I think I asked the question: will Red Sonja be allowed to be ginger? That was a very leading question. And although I didn't say it, the implied answer was, no, probably not. And well, here we are. And the other thing that's so defining about her chainmail bikini, what I had heard early on, I don't recall if we put it in the video, but this was out the window the moment that this writer and director stepped in, because they want to avoid the male gaze, because far from everyone, but the majority of Red Sonja's readership is male, and that's problematic.
Yes,
because they might look at her body and her curves and find them attractive, and this is bad because that's the male gaze. And also an argument, and this was something that we counted in the video, was that, but she's a warrior. She can't be a warrior wearing a skimpy outfit as that. I mean, you wouldn't expect that of a man, would you? No, only Conan. Who wears
and John Carter and anybody else.
Yeah.
Okay, so Andre, you're seeing the same hypocrisy I'm seeing, and you're calling out the same hypocrisy I'm calling out, and that is in the world of superheroes, in the world of comic books, it is not so easy to apply critical theory. It's not so easy to talk about patriarchy and subjugation. It's not so easy to talk about these things because what's happening doesn't feel like, this claiming of feminism. It actually actually feels like hegemony, where we're now that we have objectified women, now we're going to objectify men. And so now everyone's in the pool. What's the problem, right? If men have to, have 8,000 calories in 6 hours and throw up and do 1,000 crunches and take steroids and go bald and become impotent so that they look like superheroes, perhaps the women should look just as hot. If we're going to objectify men, we can also objectify women. That's the nature of superheroes, not?
Yeah, you would think so, but again, here you make the critical mistake of assuming that there is some kind of equality, and there isn't. Not to the people calling the shots here. The ultimate shot caller here, of course, is Avi Lerner, and he doesn't care one bit about ideology or something like that, as long as this is something that is going to pay back the dividends for having paid the licensing fee for Red Sonja the past 15 years or so. That's like his goal in here. And if pandering to some agenda is what it takes for that, then his attitude is likely, well, so be it. But outside of that, I agree with your points completely, as should really anyone rational, because it's common sense talking here.
Yes.
No,
Problem.
I don't want to see her image rehabilitated. I don't think it's necessary to rehabilitate her image. If we have to rehabilitate Red Sonja, then I think that we should pull all of these objectified men off the table, because wow, the female gaze appears to be just as toxic as the male gaze.
Yeah, problem is that's empowering according to these people. Like the female gaze, that's empowering. Male gaze, that's a problem.
Last time I knew the female gaze preferred to be called lesbians, though.
To them, the female gaze is a man.
No, here's the thing. This is a lack of humanity as a whole. People have been objectivizing, or whatever you want to say, the perfect body for a long time. If you see the Greeks, you see the Romans, you see the Egyptians, you see almost every single culture. If you go to Valdivia or Tulita, you'll see a woman made out of clay.
Agreed.
People love the body of the counterpart. People love that sensation of watching that and feeling that you want to be that. You want to get there. You want to evolve in a way. So men see fit men and they want to get to the gym and work out because they embody that. They want to be that. They seek to get there. And that's something that is being lost by removing these masculine characters, these feminine characters. You are removing the gods of the Olymp.
The drive and the ambition.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
you raise a good point, because not everything when we're looking at this female and male gaze, not all of it is about sex or about power. And that's something that people have failed to address. When you're standing before the statue of David, you're not thinking to yourself, wow, pornographic, look at that penis. That's not what you're thinking. You're thinking about the beautiful aesthetic that is humanity. We're a machine. Just the beauty of the fact that we're alive, our skin, our eyes, our hair, the things we're capable of creating, the fact that somebody could imagine a human form out of stone. This is the totality of what we are capable of and what we are. And so it's not all of this sort of seedy, overly sexualized images. That's not just the only thing in play here. There's also something very beautiful and very natural in play. So on that score, Pablo, you raise a point that I'm continually raising on these streams, and that is that it's not all a terrible and awful thing that we should condemn.
Well, I mean, when I look at Dave, I just think, why didn't they cover up his wang? But no, I'm just kidding. Of course. To kind of bring it back, though, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Andre, I'm sure you can tell everybody kind of the connection here. Obviously,
you literally read my mind.
What was one of the things that motivated him to be a bodybuilder?
Yeah, that was those very Greek statues and that perfection and that symmetry. The bodybuilders of the 60s and 70s and up till the early 80s, before they became mass monsters with inflated belly so they look pregnant, before then, in Schwarzenegger's day, bodybuilding truly was about art. They wanted to chisel the human body to the same level of perfection as those very Greek statues. It wasn't about being as massive as possible, but about being as symmetric as possible, while of course also being mass. But of course they could be bigger, but they didn't want to be bigger. They wanted symmetry. So they would have look in the mirror and say, okay, like now the shoulders, they need to be this much bigger. But now suddenly, but now suddenly like the calves are a little bit too big. So now they need to slip down a little bit, just so you have that perfect symmetry and perfection.
Yes.
Yeah, look at
Here, Andre.
Yeah. And it's interesting though that like both Conan and Red Sonja were popularized in this image, or in this era of physical perfection, and both were popular in the bodybuilder environments. And again, bodybuilding then was different from what it is right now.
Yes,
and I actually think that's something to inspire too. I don't think that there's anything bad at all with having that on screen. This is not to say you all have to look like this, because this requires one hell of a commitment. But you know what? You can aspire to this. You can look at this and you can be inspired. You can hit the gym a little bit more and keep the doctor away. To me, at least, that's what growing up with the images of Conan and He-Man did to me. It didn't make me want to actually be like that, but it did inspire me to do those extra push-ups and sit-ups.
And it's important to remember that it's okay to admire the human form without any sexuality attached to it.
Yes.
You know,
Exactly.
I come from a Greek family. I was adopted and assimilated into the Greek culture. And I can definitely tell you that when you're laying on a beach in Crete, and you see an 80-year-old woman laying beside you and she's completely in the nude, she just wants to bathe. She just wants to bathe in the ocean. There's nothing sexual there, and she's quite beautiful. You're not checking to see how firm her breasts are or how much muscle she's retained. You're looking at the future. You're looking at humanity, our very vulnerability. And as she walks into the water, you think to yourself what it means to be alive. And so to reduce human beings to only being these heinous, perpetually sexual creatures is wrong, and it's inaccurate, because that's not all that's going on in your brain. A lot of this has to do with admiration, coming to grips with our own humanity and the reality that we're going to die, and just how we function, the beauty of us as machines, so we can aspire and we can admire, and we can also feel sex. But to say that everyone instantly feels, sexual towards these images is incorrect, and it cheats us of the reality of our existence.
Well, on the other side of this is I don't think anybody's an argument that the woman that he chose is not physically, an embodiment of a lot of the things that we're talking about. But the problem we have here is probably the heritage aspect. And of course, I know we talked a little bit about it before Andre got here, and he's pointed it out a few times. The Red Sonja we're looking at on screen isn't the Red Sonja that Howard had originally created. This is more of the version that what's this face? Help me out here, Andre.
Roy Thomas.
Roy Thomas, yeah.
Roy Thomas.
Thank you, Clobberin. Yeah.
Well, yeah, this here is Wendy Pini, by the way, the Elquest artist, the first lady to cosplay the character with Frank Thorne, the artist that drew a regular series there. So I'm sure she had no problem with the way Red Sonja looked.
No, and I'm having no problem looking at her.
Right now we are in this weird time period where everything is overly exaggerated. If you feel something, it has to be this extreme. If you want something, it has to be this extreme. If you go fat, you go really, really fat. If you go bulky, like the new body builders, they look like a character on Dragon Ball Z. They look like Broly, this overly exaggerated, and people try to get there. And people right now are losing even the sense of if they are a man, a woman, what means to be that. They are overly exaggerating everything and losing what it means.
Well,
I think the Bible said something about that, but I'm not going to get too much into that.
Yes.
Well, what I was getting at is, Conan inherently is, Nordic in his origin, sort of.
Yeah, well, he's actually proto-Celt, so he's proto-Scottish.
Yeah,
that's pretty Northern European, but because genetically.
Well, the MCR1 gene is present here, right? Yeah. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to produce these looks.
Yeah. How would imagined Conan as Black Irish with blue eyes, so kind of like Jared Butler type and Henry Cavill type. That's like the genetically what Conan is. So that's how he was imagined. And Red Sonja is Russian, or actually more Ukrainian, Russian, Eastern European, Slavic, Eastern European.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And again, this is just, Frank Thorne spinning in his grave over this casting. Nothing against the lady they've cast, of course. It's just that, I don't know, superheroes and characters in general, or not that she's a superhero, but comic book characters, because she was partly in a Howard story, but then Roy Thomas and Barry Windsor-Smith took her and kind of refined the character and made her own, and even changed her name a little bit. She had got a bit of a different name, and so they kind of brought her to. But it was she was still owned by Howard, by the way, but because she was part of that Conan introduced in a Conan comic. But now they're at Dynamite, I guess. But point being is, these characters are very visual, and as soon as you cast any of these characters, you don't get the visual right, you lose me.
Yes. Agreed.
Well, yeah, and there's a double standard there, because if a character is the least bit black or Asian or anything like that, and they're just the wrong color in remotely the wrong way, even just the least bit light or something like that, it's automatic whitewashing, and everybody freaks out. But the moment they continue to kill the redheaded, white characters, it's like, oh, just quit your bitching, you're just racist.
Oh, I know, Tom. Yeah. The double standard is so real with it. They always say, oh, well, it's not essential a character, which is, technically, if you think about it, is an absolute lie, because if you take a character like, I don't know, we'll just pick a character, Green Arrow. He has looked the way he has looked for half a century and not longer. In a way, that race is essential in the sense that is how he is historically depicted by the look of his appearance. So yes, it is essential.
Greg Berlanti didn't care though, did he?
Oh yeah, right. Like he gives a shit.
No.
Raquel but that's has to put out real quick.
Guys, I beg your pardon. I'm so sorry to interject. And you know what? I wish I didn't have I wish I didn't have an appointment, because I would love to stay and talk about the social science behind these choices and what's going on with Red Sonja. And what a great panel today. So I just want to thank everybody on the panel for sharing your thoughts with me today. I hope we can meet again to discuss this topic again. And I just want to thank my Captain CLOBBY. I love you with all my heart. Thank you for having me on the show today. And hail to the whole chat. Love you all. Thank you so much for coming here and supporting this channel. And please don't forget to hit your sub and hit the like button. Clobber the like button.
Clobber. I love you. I love you.
We'll talk to you all soon, okay?
Yep, always a pleasure, Raquel. Take care.
Saturday night.
Good making your acquaintance.
Yes, Andre, I would love to discuss Red Sonja with you here on Clobberin Times. If you would like to do like an entire show on it to discuss the lore, the heritage, the possibilities moving forward with this IP, I know Clobby and I would be on board to do that. I would love to learn from you and to talk about the social science and this and the social aspects of this topic. So yeah, it was so great to have you, and honored that you came on our show today. Thank you so much. Great to meet you, Andre.
Well, likewise, and honor's all mine. I'm sure we can arrange to do that at some point. That would be excellent. Always love talking some sword and sorcery and everything that goes with it, no matter how vague.
Indeed.
Wonderful.
Indeed.
Wonderful. See you.
Love
Thank you so
Raquel.
much, gentlemen. Love you all.
See you, Seth.
Bye.
Bye. See you soon.
The wonderful Raquel Briggs, everyone. Saturday night Star Trek with a few of us. Cannot wait. But Andre, so you're a big fan of Howard, then I'm told.
Yes, this is correct.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the film The Whole Wide World?
I have. It's a brilliant.
Yes.
It is. Yes.
I recommend it. Anyone who wants to. I mean, it's a great film anyway. But you learn a good bit about Howard in that as well. D'Onofrio's.
It's his best role because it's that and the Kingpin, and even more so Howard. He was able to channel Howard perfectly, and Novelyn Ellis Price, the Howard's real life girlfriend, and the woman on whose memoirs that book is based.
Mm-hmm.
She apparently, I don't recall right now if she lived to see the movie or if she didn't, but
she did.
I seem to recall that she was basically floored by seeing him. Where basically she said that he looked like him, sounded like him, completely spot on casting.
Yeah, she did, and she was from my neck of the woods down here, and she was a professor at LSU, which I lived near down here in Louisiana, and she was really taken aback by it. She really thought it was excellent, so that was good, and it was right around. That wasn't too long after that she did pass. Yeah, great movie though.
Yes, really, really good. So comes highly recommended to everyone, and Howard is a character that is often so incredibly misrepresented in so many ways. Was he unusual? Yes, he absolutely was. No argue there. Was he completely nuts and crazy? No, he wasn't. I would say that he is like one of the geniuses that sometimes can crop up anywhere. And you can just tell from his writing. His writing is completely unparalleled. Like there's never been a writer just like him, either before or since. And his body of work was done at the time when he was like in his early 30s, when he ended himself way too soon.
Yeah,
he was completely messed up by his mother, who was an evil, cruel, and wicked woman, but he had like no real escape. So what can one do? And when you have like a very, very creative artistic type that's like susceptible to negativity and everything that goes with it, then bad stuff is going to come. But even with all that, he was a great writer. And contrary to what some would tell you today, he was extremely progressive for his time.
Oh yeah, Two Gun Bob was that. He was a man's man type, but he also for that time period, he used to correspond with H.P. Lovecraft.
Many others.
And many others, yes. And Howard was fantastic. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And he did so much. Now, again, a lot of his work later, when it started reprinting it, and I guess the 40s and the 50s, was it L. Sprague de Camp and Lynn Carter really used to chop it up and mess with it quite a bit. And it wasn't really until much later they started actually putting in trade paperback form his books unmessed with, unabridged, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, it wasn't really available until the early 2000s.
That's right.
That's the first time it became his original stories became available for the general public. Up to that point, they were only available to basically the people that had his trunk of original stories, and some that were printed in the Howard Gazette or whatever they were called, like those fanzines that presented like some of the original stories were printed there. But outside of those, they were unseen by the public at large from their first original print in the Weird Tales and other pulp magazines of the 30s up until Fredrik Malmberg arranged to have them released to the public in, I think it was 2003.
Yeah, somewhere up in there. I have some of those, but because again, anytime you see any old Conan paperbacks and you see names like Len Carter and L. Sprague de Camp on them, they're butchered and they're screwed with. But Roy Thomas, though, with Marvel and he loved those books still. He didn't know that when he was reading them. He just loved them. He's the one that really talked, I believe, Stanley and others to go ahead with the Conan comic book, and that really did put a whole new light on. I mean, that really shed the light on Conan and made him and popularized him. It's the reason why we got the movies and such.
Indeed, yeah, none of us would know Conan today, probably, were it not for Roy Thomas.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's exactly how Ecuador actually got a hold of Conan, because before the movies, we didn't know he existed. After the movies, we had a TV series, a cartoon TV series that was not great, but it existed, and it was Conan, so we loved it for being Conan.
Yeah, exactly.
We loved it for what it was.
Yeah.
Not what we wanted it to be.
And none of that would have happened without Roy Thomas comics. That's really where it started. That's the thing that gave Howard a new life. Because today you can talk about the paperbacks, the El Sprague de Camp and Frank Frazetta covers and everything. But really, there were many such covers and everything, and many such paperbacks at the time. The reason that Conan is still talked about is the movie, and the reason the movie came is the comics. There's a direct link there that many overlook.
Yes. Absolutely. Roy Thomas.
Yeah, I was just going to say Roy Thomas is probably just as instrumental as Howard is in his...
That's absolutely true.
Yeah,
and,
because here's like it was like there was like a link of key people, and without those key people, it wouldn't have happened. Like it started with Howard himself, obviously.
Yes.
And then it was Otis Adelbert Klein, Howard's literary agent, that saw to it that the stories continued. And then actually it was El Sprague de Camp. He deserves credit for that. Because he butchered the stories. But he was the one who made the paperbacks happen, and he was the one who commissioned Frank Frazetta to do the cover art. This is what created that first mass success. That was actually El Sprague de Camp's rewritings. That was the first thing. And then the next level, the one that would carry the torch up until the movie, was the comics. And
absolutely.
That was Thomas. And then it was the comics the movie where everything exploded. But the comics was that link in between. And who didn't have those comics but did have everything else there? Like Moorcock and Elric, he had that. John Carter of Mars, he had all that. But there were comics too, but they weren't that successful.
No.
And same with every other ripoff there was, like the Witchers of the Day, Thongor of Lemuria, and all of those.
Yes.
They never had that comic to give them that extra little push to get Hollywood.
What about Thundar?
Or Thundar, for that matter.
Yeah,
I know a little later, but still.
Yeah, well, Thundar was. Well, I just got the Blu-ray of that. By the way, I love that cartoon.
I did too.
That was even though Steve Gerber developed it. It was really Jack Kirby. It was based on Jack Kirby's Commandy, really, and Kirby did develop that cartoon and did design that cartoon along with Alex Toth. So, yeah,
it is a real prototypical it's almost like a bridge between He-Man and Conan. As far as
yes.
It's really weird how it is. I love it though, and it's got a little Star Wars in there. It's just like
okay, yeah. There's a series that does a lot of that, and it's just in the Conan vein. It's called Pirates of the Black Waters.
oh, yep, I remember that one too.
I actually, if you can see in my background, I have the one of the characters on my wall.
Cool.
But Thunder was one of those cartoons that didn't talk down to anyone either, though. I mean, it was.
No.
I mean, it was really. There's almost. I think I'm talking to my wonderful friend Melinda on Retroblast, and we both love Thunder. We're going to be talking about it soon on the show, and she and I we've determined that there's really almost no cartoon like Thunder ever. Not before, not after.
No,
really.
I love Thunder. It's amazing.
Yeah, and again, but it was really kind of Gerber and Kirby kind of ripping Kirby's Commandy. In a sense, it was pretty much the same story. But when it comes to Conan, it's Roy Thomas. It is, you got to give some credit to Barry Windsor-Smith and John Buscema and some of those other great artists that made him popular.
Oh, absolutely, because they were instrumental in the sales as well. Both as first Barry Windsor-Smith, who kind of like set the template before John Buscema and Ernie Chan and everyone else who came later to perfect it. But the one who set the template was Windsor-Smith.
Yep, and before he put Windsor in the middle of his name, when he was Barry Smith, it's first name. I love it. It was great.
I just found the Tundar the Barbarian cartoon. I have seen this when I was a kid. I didn't even knew it. The names on Spanish for a lot of the cartoons are quite different. So, but yeah, I used to watch this every single morning, man.
That's cool. But yeah, back on Red Sonja, though, I mean, even the casting isn't probably the worst thing to worry about in this situation. Andre will probably remind us that the writer.
Oh boy,
the writer and the director are the problem here, because the casting, that was kind of a given the moment that they stepped on board. Like I was political or diplomatic in the video, but really at that point hoping for the best, but really, like the time to abandon all hope was kind of.
I really wish we had Bryan Singer instead.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh my! I can't believe
I have to say
that Tom, don't. Oh my God! This is the world we live in.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, guys.
What was that, Andre?
Yeah. No, I was just like saying that. The worst is yet to come. It's only going to be downhill from here, because this movie is going to be like I can tell you right now, this movie is going to be a statement, and that's all it's going to be. And on that note, gentlemen, it's been a pleasure to be here, but I regret that I have some other matters to attend, so I will have to take my absence. But thanks for having me. It was fun.
Andre,
at least as fun as you can have, given the topic matter.
No, absolutely. I'm saying, Andre, I'm honored to have you here on Clobberin's Time. I'm a big fan of yours, sir, and I thank you so much. I hope you will pop in and join. You made it even more global, because we're a global geek gang. That's why we do that at this time of day for us. So we talk to great geeks and fans all over the world, and I am honored to have you here, my friend. I thank you for that.
International.
Excellent. Woo! Yes. Well, thanks for having me, and take care, everyone.
Take care,
Andre. You will, dude.
Yeah. Bye.
Indeed. The lovely Purple Valkyrie is in there. Hello, and a lot of other great friends have popped in. It's all good to see you all, folks. Welcome, by the way, to the great Mark D with a C, who is here.
Nice. Hey guys. Glad to be on, enjoying listening to all this stuff, although the news isn't so encouraging on some great IP and fantastic characters, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, it's not encouraging that they would.
So Conan is in the better hands. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, is Sonja going to be Is she going to be non-violent in this new iteration? She's going to be a diplomat.
Well, here's the
now,
thing: is there's a separation between Conan and Red Sonja as far as rights go.
That's what I was about to ask you. Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah. I don't know if you know anything about it, but yeah, basically, Andre has talked about it. It's really complicated, but I think it all boils down to the different versions of the character, and when the rights were sold off or whatever. So like basically Frederick Mullenberg, who actually controls all the interest in Conan, he also controls like Solomon Kane and a few of the other characters, but I don't think he has the rights to Red Sonja, or at least this version. And I wish Andre was still here to clarify, but yeah, it's real convoluted, and he's brought it up in videos before too. So
yes, apparently there's almost like a no screw with clause with Conan. He will not let them soy him up or anything like that. Marvel's doing it right now, and people I don't read it, but and then people who've been getting some of the current ones are saying that it's normal Conan. But I guess that must have changed, because for a while there, when I think Dark Horse was doing it, there was some pretty horrible looking Conan crap. I mean, there were a couple times when he looked like this little wafy little
like a little
dude.
Bitch. We'll just say like a little bitch.
Not when Carrie not when Carrie Nord did it. It was fine, but I saw some of the other ones later. I think like Dark Horse, where you go, so that's Conan? No. But I hear now or something like that, there's some kind of no fuck with it now.
That's shocking coming from Marvel. That's shocking.
Well, yes, it's legal. It's legalities. I believe they're not. Whoever's in control with it now, the gentleman you were mentioning, Tom, won't let them mess it up.
You shall not woke.
Yeah, Arya Rod used to be a big problem in the whole mix of the business. I think that was who it was, one of those guys.
Yeah, Arya Rod.
Yeah, and then now it's all controlled by Frederick, and that's why Amazon dumped it. It wasn't so much because they couldn't find a way to make it woke; it was because they wouldn't let them.
Nice.
Yep. And it's the same thing kind of over at Marvel. Is yeah, they can do whatever with the character to a point, but if they say nah, you can't do that, Frederick has the right to nix it, and he's not going to allow the character to be pussified in any way. And that's where Netflix is a better home, because Netflix is a little bit more hands off with what they produce. They just kind of, a lot of the stuff they do there, they just give the production companies the money and then they go produce it, but it's negative pickup or whatever, to where they just get paid for it once it's produced. But so in this case, so far they have a showrunner on Conan, which we just heard, but we don't know who yet. They didn't reveal that. And they also announced to us that a Solomon Kane series is early in the works. So don't know where that's going to land yet, but we can hope it'll land at Netflix. So then better chance of the worlds crossing over that way. But the great thing about the Netflix deal is like Frederick's open to all kinds of different things. I mean, it's going to be like a series. They can also do probably movies, maybe animated stuff. There's even been talks of trying to get Arnold involved in some way, possibly. So as we know more, we'll let you guys know. But we've kind of been the central hub of all Conan news for a while now, from Marvel and from Frederick. So if there's anything you want to know about Conan, I suggest checking out Midnight's Edge, because Andre has been staying on top of that for a while.
Absolutely. Well, everyone knows, I'm sure you all, I don't have a link on me, but everyone, if you know Midnight's Edge, please sub to that channel. They're great. Well, I mean, everyone here probably does, but just in case, it's the best. It's amazing. They got great content, stuff like that. So.
And if you speak Spanish, you can subscribe to Midnight's Edge Español.
That's very
we
true.
We will have very soon something about Conan, so please stay tuned.
Excellent. Again, I'm sorry I was not prepared with the links there, but I'll get them though. I'll get them. But yes, I was over there visiting Midnight's Edge Español this morning with you and the great Paulie.
Sí, hermano, estábamos divirtiéndonos. Oh man, there's so many things to laugh about. 2021 is kind of a joke year. You kind of expect. Really, I'm just waiting for the December 31 just to see the punchline. At this point, there's. What else can you do? Superman, we were talking about that on the stream today. At least Michael B. Jordan rejected, said that he wanted to respect Superman, but they are still looking for a black Superman. Well, on the Conan side, there has been a lot of shit going on, at least on the movie side. I don't know how you wokify, how you pussify a barbarian, but they are trying to do it. That's crazy, man.
Yeah. By the way, J.R. Bailey, the Star Trek stream with Raquel on Saturday nights is 9 p.m. Central Time. He was asking that. Sorry, go ahead, man. Yeah. You're right. It is clown world, and it's a bunch of jokes and things like that. And we can't have We can't have nice things anymore.
No, we cannot. None.
We just, you know,
we need learning moments, Clobby. We need learning moments.
What is best in life is problematic.
Yeah, Sonia.
Just to say how weird this month is, there's people trying to cancel My Little Pony again.
Oh, is it problematic too?
It's quite problematic. It seems like it's racist and sexist somehow.
Oh, okay. I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is.
Everything is these days. What isn't, right? I mean,
everything is racist.
We were talking in the chat last night among ourselves. The the rework of that cover of Mary Jane. If anyone's seen that, because it was this Amazing Spider-Man 601, if I'm correct.
Yes.
With such a sexist cover, and when that came out, no one would have thought that years ago. Said, "Oh well, she's drawn that. It's obviously sexy, but it's not like, as Raquel has always said, she's not here now. But it's not like Captain America is drawn like he's out of shape and fat, like most guys, do it. Well, I shouldn't say most.
A real representation.
Yeah. So I'm not one to talk.
That
Look,
cover
she's not
is
bad. She's just drawn that way.
Yeah.
That cover,
oh yes.
That Spider-Man cover is representative of what Spider-Man was at that time. He was a Spider-Man, and sometimes he had to leave his wife to be a Spider-Man. Stop being the man, stop being Peter Parker to be a Spider-Man. That was what is represented there is a Spider-Man fleeing good night with his wife just to be a hero.
Before the
sometimes, honey, I just want to hang out with the Fantastic Four. Okay,
that sounds like a great time.
Before the dumb times. Before
you just want to get some beers. Is that all right?
I just want to get some beers with Johnny. We want to go get smashed and go web slinging. Come on.
Do you really think Johnny is going to blaze? Do you think I'm going to blaze?
Be serious. Punisher and I are going to duke it out. Chances are at the end, we're going to be friends. So, honey, just come on.
Yes, indeed. It was rough being married.
If he doesn't shoot me, I mean...
Okay, there's a good wit joke there. He left Mary Jane to go to Johnny Blaze.
Oh, yeah.
Johnny Storm, you mean?
Yeah, Johnny.
The joke is about...
I don't think Johnny Blaze would be hanging out.
Yeah,
exactly. The new Fantastic Four days, sure, but we're not talking.
Yeah,
I am fantastic.
Oh, please don't.
Just don't be fantastic.
They already have a woke version of Mr. Fantastic. It's called Kamala Khan.
They call me Mr. Fantastic, and guess what? Everything stretches.
Oh, I've already pitched what the new F4
contracts.
Yep. The new F4 prediction for the MCU will be: Reed will be a bad dad, Sue will be the smartest, Johnny will be the flaming torch, and the Thing will be non-binary.
And no one will look like themselves. No one will look like themselves.
Yeah.
Nope.
There's no way you'd get accurate casting, or even capture, or not so much accurate. I should say the spirit of the characters. I think the closest we got maybe was the first movie with the interaction between Ben and Johnny. I thought was great among the actors, and that those first two movies, the story and execution wasn't great, obviously, but they kind of got the spirit of with the pranks and
Ben Green and Johnny Storm was the best part of that movie. They were making jokes about each other all the time. The pranks, the shaving cream prank for me was hilarious.
Yeah.
No, Johnny, we're better than super. And there's four of us.
We're the fabulous ever.
It'll be spectacular next week.
Yeah, it's still going to be the
Sue will be the bestest ever.
And well, you're gonna Valerie will be Valeria.
Valeria.
Valeria, that could be the best ever.
According to that moron Dan Slott in the current count, which had to dump a couple years ago, even though I gave it a chance, a piece of crap revival. Valeria is smarter than Reed. Dan Slott, go fuck yourself.
Alicia Masters will be another bestest ever too. She'll make Ben Grimm look stupid, and she'll somehow be stronger than him.
Moon Girl's smarter now too. Don't forget.
Yeah, Moon Girl's smarter than everyone in the Marvel universe, according to these idiots.
And I'm just waiting for the announcement of a Square Girl, and then I will know the MCU has killed completely the MCU. The moment they say a Squirrel Girl is going to fight Galactus, okay, you're done. It's over. Pizza!
Yeah, hello.
No, donuts, actually.
Donuts, send some, bro.
These are buttercrumb donuts. This is my fourth donut right now.
Keep your Homer Simpson figures away from those, Nick.
I don't know how you were so damn skinny, dude. Man, I can't look at a donut with gaining 20 pounds and sit there chomping on fucking 4 donuts. Bro.
That's why I was gone for a while. I was getting my donuts. I also went to go get a muffin, which I buttered up and had garlic cream cheese on it, too. This is awesome.
You really are a matter eater, lad.
I really am.
By the way, if you didn't get the reference to Johnny Blaze, I will share my screen so you guys get who's Johnny Blaze.
We all know who he is, don't we? Unless you got another joke going on here. What?
No, the joke was about Peter Blazing, but this is Johnny Blaze.
Oh yeah, because he took over the throne of hell from Mephisto a few years ago in the comics.
Yes. Oh. So yeah, the joke was about him going to hell to blaze a doobie. So sorry about that.
No problem. No problem. Again, sometimes you have to clarify, but that's okay.
Yep.
And you did, brother. You did good. Yeah, I'm more of a Johnny Blaze than a Danny Ketch guy. I don't know about you guys, but yeah.
I don't mind Danny Ketch, but overall, Johnny Blaze is the guy.
If you're a Ghost Rider fan at all, to be quite honest, no one really took this comic all that seriously back in the 70s and 80s. I mean, he didn't have the best artists or anything like that, but it was it's sort of like you'd see it at the store, and you go, that looks pretty cool, and he would pop up at other comic books. He's kind of cool, but am I buying this series? Am I not? I got pennies and quarters, and there's a Fantastic Four comic right there, and there's a Superman comic right there, and there's a Spidey, and there's a Batman. Do I want the guy with the flaming skull on the motorcycle drawn by Don Perlin or Tom Sutton? Or do I want a Perez Avengers? Oh, man, I don't know.
You know, Ghost Rider has had a terrible time with the comics, with the movies, although the Nicolas Cage movie, I love it just for Nicolas Cage. But Nicolas Cage being fire. Do you guys need anything else?
I mean, this thing that I did Face Off. Yeah, I do want Nicolas Cage on fire.
Isn't that first film? Isn't he supposed to be like 28 by the time he becomes Ghost Rider? I'm like, that's Nicolas Cage. At that point, he was no 28.
No, like 45 or something.
Right? It's like, okay, this dude ain't no 28, man. Because remember, it opens up with as an 18-year-old kid, and when it does its time jump, it's Nick Cage, and he's not. It's 10 years later, and I'm no mathematical expert, but I'm supposed to believe Nicolas Cage is 28 in this thing. That's the least of the worries of the movie. But.
Yeah, right. No, that's true. I think he may have been 28 when he was supposed to do Superman Lives and try on that suit to be long hair mold. Superman was just, man, that look.
Yes. You know that Ghost Rider thing, they made him, he was Johnny Blaze, but they made him look like the Danny Ketch Ghost Rider.
Yeah, they did.
I still hope that movie gets some kind of anything, even in the multiverse movies. One reference, just give us mullet, Nicolas Cage, and I'm perfect.
No, you're gonna get Robbie Reyes. You won't get the original. Not with Marvel these days.
Ghost Driver.
The Ghost
Driver, automatic chauffeur.
Bailey, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. I'm with you. I like the older stuff. I don't watch any new crap anymore. Enigmatic Joker. Nice to see you, D-Bud. All right, buddy. Good to see you, man. A lot of new people popped in there.
Right.
So some of our fantastic new friends are on the Global Geek Gang. Garbage. You're a treasure to me. But I like the name. Janet from Another Planet. I love your name. We always get the coolest names on these YouTube names and stuff like that. I love that name, Janet from Another Planet. So I appreciate you all being here. And as I said, the beautiful Purple Valkyrie is here. Purple, I was so honored to be on her show yesterday talking about Invincible.
Nice.
I believe you reviewed it as well, Nick.
I did, yeah. It was we were just surprised how it was actually a season finale that we were actually happy with, because I have a feeling that'll be the last moment we ever enjoy this show ever, because once season 2 hits, it'll probably be another one that bites the dust. It will go full on woke. But we all agreed that there's one thing we couldn't stand. It was Amber. She was awful, and it made it to a Yellow Flash video. I'm like, yeah, we agree.
But you know something? That's one of the things I want to talk to you about.
Yeah,
I don't know if anyone here has not seen the show yet. You don't want to spoil or anything?
No, but spoil away. You know,
spoil away.
At least with Today Properties, you know, every single second season will be, "Hello, I'm Wookie Wilkinson, and I want to woke."
Well, here's the problem. I don't agree with everyone saying the show's woke.
I don't agree either.
I'm seeing this more, and a lot of people who might love dearly, and even people who are admitting that they like the show are saying it's woke. I'm actually seeing this more as a show that is poking fun at woke, and there are many examples of that. Now, if you're going to poke fun at woke, you got to put the woke in there.
Yes,
agreed. And I would assume them leave it alone. But Amber is a full-on attack on woke idiots. And the Doc Seismic scene with that moron Mark Hamill doing the voice.
Yeah,
totally. I mean, he's a nut job, and he's at Mount Rushmore, and he's spewing SAW platitudes. It does seem to me like the show is more poking fun at woke crap, and you could argue maybe they shouldn't just put it in there at all. And I would probably have my druthers. I would as well, but. What do you think?
All right. Well, what I think, and this is what me and Matt from Foulball talked about a few weeks ago on the Cocktail Lounge. We said, if anything, it's kind of like a seasoning at best, because it doesn't take away from the story. Like an example, Amber, her and Mark Grayson, they went to that college to visit to see what the school is like, and she was talking about, oh, hey, I hear they have a good social justice class, but that was it. It was mentioned in passing, and then it was like it was never a thought again. And it's one of those things where there's like slivers of mentions of things, but there's nothing where it takes over the story and it consumes the story, because the story is very, very deep and definitely very personal for Mark Grayson. And there's actual characters who are happy and optimistic. It's just the things that they go through are super brutal and dark, but the characters themselves are not dark besides Omni-Man. And Omni-Man's reason for why he did what he did was actually good. And we actually got closure out of that aspect of the story. It was an actual proper season finale while still setting us up for what is to become with season 2. But like I said, I am preparing for season 2 to become the woke festival. And if it does, then, I'll bow out. That's what I'll do.
Right, me too.
I will gladly bow out. I'm not going to say, oh, I'll just, wait for it to get better, because I know it's not. Once it goes that way, you don't go back. And that's fine. I can live with that. I have other entertainment to look forward to that's from the past, so I'm not going to lose sleep anymore over new entertainment going bad.
Today, I defended the Bad Batch, and this is something that I have been thinking about all this time.
Okay.
Wokeness will not go away. Okay, this is something that you need to know. The fans of the new Star Wars, even if it is decanonized and becomes an alternate universe, those fans will be still there. And Reylos, all these weirdos that are popping up, they will still be there. There's a market. There's people that will be interested. We have kinda just accept they are there, assimilate the good things that come with that, and the bad things, well, we vote with our wallets. But it is not going away. We kind of have to get used to wokeness, There will always be a writer that will want to get this here, or an actor that wants to be this or that. Always is going to come back. We cannot get rid of that. It is on the popular consciousness. So we kind of gotta get the good things that will come out. For me, the Bad Batch is not woke. There's a lot of people saying it's woke. It is not. But it is badly written, and the voice actors are not good. So that is a good place to say anything about it.
No, Omega, it makes sense, Pablo. I think a lot of people, what you're saying is a lot of people are still confusing woke and bad as they're always synonymous. Sometimes you can just be plain bad. It's kind of like the whole argument, the whole like when someone insults you and they call you a nist or a phobe. It's just like, no, they're not a nist or a phobe. They can be a bad person, or they can just be an idiot, but they think that they're automatically affiliated with those terms. Like sometimes the two are synonymous. but that's not a one size fits all always fits the case.
No.
Oh,
also, just because something doesn't have woke crap in it doesn't make it any good either. That's starting to become an argument that's starting to disturb me. So people I really love keep saying, well, at least it wasn't filled with identity. But fine, but that doesn't make it any good either.
Yeah,
it makes Snyder Code, I'm looking at you. But good.
Yeah, no, by settling to that argument, we're reducing our standards and saying, okay, well, we'll settle for this. It's just like, no, don't settle, because when you settle, you are accepting them to give them that bare minimum standard. Why settle for that? We should be settling for much better.
Have any of you guys watched Veronica Mars?
Oh, I love Veronica Mars. Yeah,
that's a woke series.
Long ago.
That's a full-on woke series. It's wokey Wokington. And you know, it's great. It's amazing. So you can do woke right. You have to do it in a proper manner. And there's people that can. So, and we will get enjoyment of that if it's good.
Well, I don't know if I would call it woke. It may be progressive, just like you could say if you went back to the 60s and watched Star Trek, maybe you could say it was woke, quote unquote, with the progressive elements. But the stories are great, and they've got, they make you think. And the same thing with Veronica Mars. I mean, maybe she's a smart character that's
progressive. There's a big difference between progressive and woke, though.
Yes.
No, Veronica Mars and Dead Like Me actually had references to Trump. And this is way before Trump was even candidate president.
That was different. Everyone made fun of Trump back then.
No, him as a president. Actually, Dead Like Me on season 2 has a full episode where they show the guy from Germany, then Stalin, then they show Trump. And that on that progression.
Yeah.
So this has been on the popular mindset for a long time. Woke properties have been coming a lot of ways, but there's good properties. That Like Me is an awesome series. Veronica Mars is an awesome series. Even all this time I have been defending My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic, and no, people say it's not woke, it's racist. So at this point, whatever.
Well, if you're watching something that you can see that is in earnest trying to be first and foremost a story and a piece of art and entertainment, and they do inject some things into it that you may or may not agree with and stuff, but it comes off as at least again something that is legitimately trying to be a good story entertainment, you can sometimes, if it's really good, you can definitely give it credit for being entertaining and still is some stuff in there I didn't like, and you can do that.
Yeah.
But these things today are agenda driven. That's what woke means to me, when something is completely 100% taken over by an agenda, and especially a far left agenda, and it's not there to entertain you. It's like, I used to love Anthony Mackie. I thought he was great as the Falcon. He came out and said just the other day something about the MCU wants to make you change how you look at the world. That's not what the MCU is supposed to be for.
Exactly. That contradicts that Stan Lee video from a day before about escapism.
You know that that video used an audio against Comicsgate. They give Stan Lee a couple of pointers. They used him for that.
Hey, Latino Slam, what's up, Paulie? Good to see you, brother. Eric, what did you have?
Hey,
Eric, go ahead, man. You had a point to make?
Okay, the woke is basically, for me, I guess, when they're called didactic learning moments. They're trying to replace your parents and the church with these social learning moments. They're literally trying to take the power away from your parents. And regardless of the intent, you know what I mean? They're very well intended. Is this the proper place for these messages? And the answer is no. I mean, you can't use entertainment, art. You're using art to push an agenda. That makes it propaganda. You know what I mean? And it takes something away from the art of it.
No, it destroys the art, you know?
Yeah, obliterates it sometimes.
How many of you ever did whatever your parents tell you to do?
I did all the time. No.
By the time I hit 13, oh boy, I gotta go back in time.
The new MCU is bad parenting. They are trying to teach you something by yelling at you. That doesn't work.
Well, I think a great example of that, Eric, when you're talking about was preaching, is the Doctor Who, the new who shall not be named 13th Doctor, with that speech on plastics and environmentalism, and just looking at the camera and basically telling you how horrible you were, and that everything, global warming's your fault, and I mean, there's a lot of ways to get a message across, but that's not it, and it's almost like they had the idea for the story. And then wrote it that way to just to send a message and said, hey, I've got this great idea, like many Star Trek episodes have, and then behind it you can see the maybe one of my favorite episodes is Devil in the Dark, and you could you could have an allegory for say being gay in that episode, for being maybe being handicapped, or there's many different ways you can interpret that episode, but it's not slamming you in the face with that. And behind it there's a fantastic science fiction story, the Frankenstein monster, possibly.
Absolutely. But I just want to say one quick thing. Tom says he has to run, and I want to thank you so much for being here, Tom. It's been an honor.
Yeah, no problem, man.
We appreciate you, my friend, and we appreciate you bringing in Andre with you there.
Yeah.
And anytime, dude, Global Geek Gang appreciates you, and you are an honorary member, sir. Full member of the Global Geek Gang.
Expect your membership.
Expect your flight ring and your membership.
It's in the mail.
Don't forget to drink my
AM player radio from Radio Shack. And I scraper for all those itchy spots.
Yeah. Thank you, Tom. We appreciate it.
Thanks a lot, guys. Good hanging with you. Take care,
guys.
Thank you, Tom.
Thank
Cheers.
you.
See you soon.
Indeed. Mark, continue, my friend.
Well, no, I was just saying, like, when you look at classic Star Trek, I would call it more maybe progressive for the time, but I think sometimes you use the term woke-o-meter, Clobby, which is great, I think, because, maybe sometimes we're too sensitive to it today, and certain things like, when you're discussing Amber, you made a great point where maybe she's just written that way. You're not supposed to like every character in a show. And, maybe she's got some woke elements to it, but, you've got, classic characters, you're not supposed to like Dr. Doom, for example, or, J.R. Ewing, or that kind of thing. A character you love to hate.
Right.
So
I think she's supposed to be annoying.
Yeah.
And they succeeded.
So that's good writing, yeah. So that fits the story. So Star Trek, you look at all those classic episodes where some of them maybe are more. I guess we're going to review what's the episode where it's half the character's half black and half white.
Let that be your last battlefield.
Which is maybe not. So that's kind of an obvious, maybe a little bit overhanded on the top, but it's still got a good, it's got a good message. And for that time, that was a groundbreaking message during the middle of this, the civil rights movement had just, started in the early 60s. So, there's different ways to look at it. So I think sometimes we're a little bit too sensitive to some things in shows, but I understand why. And, don't get me wrong. They get me, a lot of the storytelling elements today get me angry and upset as well. So it's, like the new casting for Conan, maybe she's going to, excuse me, Red Sonja. She's going to could be a fantastic actress, but maybe I'm assuming they'll give her a red wig or red hair. But
this is the thing: we are hurt, and they are not letting us heal. So every time they come with this and this wokeness and more wokeness and more wokeness, we are still hurting for what you did. So we cannot take it anymore. We don't want to. And we don't have to.
Yeah, and Bad Batch I haven't watched it, but I guess I was reading there's a female clone now, or I don't know if anyone wants spoiler if you want to explain that, or
Filoni has this tendency to do lollies on his animation. Do you know what a lolly is? Is the archetypal little girl on animes. Okay, she is supposed to be cute and bratty and everything. And that's what Filoni does. He loves that kind of character. Ahsoka was that.
Yep.
Ahsoka started as that. Sabine Wren was that. And now they have Omega. That is exactly that. But sometimes Filoni doesn't get in the way of a good story. So this character is like a 12% woke. She is a female clone of Boba Fett. Is supposed to be an error, and that can happen. That biologically, when you are cloning, it may happen. It's rare, but
so they're saying being a woman is a mistake.
No.
That was a joke.
The Bad Batch is a bunch of defective soldiers that are enhanced for their defectiveness. So let's say this one was extra strong. Let's make him hyper strong. This one had a good genetical disposition for eyesight. Let's make him a sharpshooter. That's the way they created the Bad Batch.
That's interesting.
So, yeah. So in this instance, the error was she was a girl. And in one part of the episode, she shoots and actually hits the gun out of the hand of an enemy. And everyone is, and after that, she says, I don't know how I did that, but she's a clone, John in Camino. She has programming. She has been programmed to do exactly that. That's the joke. She doesn't have to know, and a lot of clone troopers have been in situations where they don't know what they are doing, but they are doing it. It's in their programming, so they execute. So there's canon to back this. It's not really woke, but it has a lot of wokeness there, and that's what you have to take care of.
So maybe that's it. Like I'm saying, maybe we're just kind of too sensitive to some of these things today. And you're saying she's not really a woke character, and to a large extent. But
exactly, if you watch anime like Evangelion, you have Asuka Lang Yusoryu. That is a character that is female. She is 14, and she is a master in driving a mecha. In one of the manliest series that you can ever have, Gurren Lagann, you have a 14-year-old girl that is a sharpshooter. She is extra strong. She's amazing, and that happens a lot in anime. But in anime, they end up suffering in some way. They go through an arc, and if that happens, like it happened with Ahsoka had a great arc when she was Raymond, the Jedi Temple bombing and everything. It was great. The acting and the writing was amazing on that part, even though they are getting Luminara in a weird spot since her Padawan became a terrorist. But you know what? Is a good arc. It's a good series. Until the 6th season, it was amazing. So I can see this working. I'm not confident on Filoni.
Interesting. Yeah,
I heard he retconned Kanan Jarrus's origin.
Yes, and actually the actor for Kanan comes back, and he didn't even try to modify his voice. It was an adult voice in a prepubescent voice, so it was really weird. And the voice acting in this show is not so good.
Wow. Filoni's an idiot. I want to say some hellos to people who have popped in. Of course, by the way, Pat Steven, you got an invite, brother. If you feel like popping in, no pressure, but if you feel like it, you're always welcome in. Same with you, Paulie, if you feel like it, brother. Great Latino slants here. J.R. Bailey, my friend, great to see you again. I like saying this one, Butt Crack Media. Good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you in your crack.
Ironcaster and Ilugabulus. I always get that one wrong. I'm so sorry, buddy. And,
one day.
Rowan Ginger Raven, welcome to Clobberin Times, Global Geek Gang. It's a pleasure to see you. Thank you for popping in. And let's see if anyone else popped in that I missed. Of course, the great Chris Persier is here, and the great Eric K is here as well.
Yep.
Woo! Hey,
yeah, Chris has got a nice comment there. You might want to highlight it, but it says this sounds more like Lucasfilm just created the X-23 of the Star Wars universe, which is a good comparison.
Oh yeah,
good comment.
Makes a lot of sense. Yeah,
I couldn't find it. I can't find it.
Let's see, where is it?
Cross ripped off Avengers Endgame.
Chris Persia at 241. If you want to go by time, he's right after my comic of me mentioning Purple Valkyrie. It's basically, I'll just read it. It says, Chris Persia, this sounds more like Lucasfilm just created the X-23 of the Star Wars universe. Yeah, I wish it is. I'm not surprised. We are not. It seems like nowadays everything is just a clone.
With X-23, we had actually good arcs, and we had an amazing movie. So,
how did I get in here?
I'm just saying.
Who
hey,
Steven?
Who let you in here?
I'm not gonna lie. Wait, hold on. How do you squeeze in? I thought you were too fat.
There's a true story. Clobberin literally said I can't join the StreamYards for an hour into the show because he had to Crisco the whole internet for me to get in.
One day everyone's going to find out he was talking about me and not him. Orville Nation!
Take your shirt off.
Always a pleasure.
I love it.
Orville Nation.
Today.
We had an amazing stream with him the other day. He's great.
Mm-hmm. Orville Nation? Oh, excellent.
Yep.
Yep. I love the Orville. I can't wait till it finally comes back. And there's a new issue of the Dark Horse comic out. I stopped buying comics, but I got to go get that one because I've been liking the Dark Horse Orville comic. It's good. So, anyway, great to see you there, Orville. And great to see you, buddy, Steve. All right, man. How's it going, bud?
Well, actually, Clobberin, I see you got your subs back. You're back up to 708 or something, right? So I'm glad to get back to 50s. They took away from me and did too. It's been going on for a couple of days. Great. You're 300 away. We'll have to pimp you out.
50 down from what I was when they lost 50 the other day. But yeah, it went back up. It will never stay above that 7. It'll keep going back.
But since I got you here, I just want to say something quickly. You guys have been real helpful. Thank you for the milestone I hit a couple of days ago. I can't thank you guys enough, as well as thanking the people in your chat enough, because you guys helped get there. Mike, I owe you a lot, man. You teach me a lot of stuff I haven't learned yet. So
yeah, buddy, man, well deserved.
Buddy, I'm just happy for you, my brother. And Paulie, you got a leak there, but if you're busy, brother, I understand it. But if you feel like joining us, man. No, dude, I'm so happy for you, bro. And I think that is fantastic, man. And you're gonna keep exploding there, brother. So we appreciate it.
I'm gonna take as many people I can with me because I need alibis.
I'll be all right. Sign me up.
Darius.
The only thing that happened today is I made Epic Partner today, so now I have a creator code that they can use in the Fortnite stores and other shit.
Yeah. Epic Partner? I'm not sure.
If you have, let's say, if you have 1,000 followers on any social platform, whether it be Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, or Twitch, like anything like that, you can apply for it, right? And it'll create a custom code for you. So it would be like Clobberin time would be your code. You get everything set up. So every time people use your code in the game when they buy a skin or buy DLC, you get a certain amount of income PayPal to you when every time you hit a tier.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Cool. Nice, man.
I'll have to use your code then.
No, you can fatten you up. But, I'd rather you just use me, big boy. Just use that tricorder on it. Put doctor.
We still don't know about Jed, folks, but I tell you what, who is here and he hasn't said much, so we should say hi to him. The great Esh Singh is here. He is Fat Steven's favorite person in the world. I know.
Oh fuck no! I'm not gonna lie. Esh jokes around a lot, but he is definitely a good person to have. They start playing games with us, and he's part of the reason why everyone's starting to actually play more of those games, like you've seen on Org's channel and my channel. Fortnite is exploding within our community because we're having fun with friends, and it's working out. Great. And Esh, all you guys, it's great. We have to get Nick Weiser in there for drunk night. That'd be funny.
I'd like to learn how to play the game, man. I'm down. I just gotta learn to play it.
The pretense is we all talk about the stuff that we're upset about with media and the way comics and movies are, and all the virtue signaling and all the this whitewashing, race, all that stuff. We gotta also remember to take at least 2 days out when we're doing our shows to have fun. I think we need people to have a place where they can go laugh, and be like an idiot, and have a drink. Mike, man, your knowledge, and I know you love Green Lanterns. You love all the Green Lanterns. All of them.
Well, maybe not all.
But that's it. I love Mike. I love all you guys, man. You're all different personalities, but you're all the same personalities. Same with your chat, and it's fucking awesome.
Well, I tell you what,
I'm done butt kissing. I'm out. See you later, bitches.
Take it easy, man. It has been great. I tell you what, we got really global day. We had Andre. I mean, we got Pablo. Man, we got the whole globe here. It's fantastic.
Great,
Ash, what's going on, bud?
Not much. How about you?
Oh, we're just having some fun, man. I figured I'd give you a chance to insult Steven a little bit since we've been picking on you.
Oh, please. He plays victim every morning as soon as he joins. He's like, you see this kid? He's so mean to me. And all he sees the emojis with the tears. And 5 minutes later, he's backing up into people, knocking them with the car halfway across the field.
You'll understand why when as soon as I get into the game with you guys, Fat Steven's like, okay, he's here, time to blame Esh. So I'm just like, you know what? The games haven't even started yet, and you already blame me. What the fuck am I supposed to do?
I slipped in the bathtub. Esh's fault. I'm out of Pop-Tarts. Esh's fault. You're a good man, though, dude. You are.
Well, what were you doing in the bathtub with Pop-Tarts? Pop-Tarts.
Do you really want to know? Because that's
what everyone else does.
Fans. when you don't have rubber duckies, you use Pop-Tarts.
Mike B. What's up, Mike B? But anyone heard anything from Jed, by the way?
No.
I think
Nothing
he's
yet?
alive at the least.
How do you know that?
PJ. I
Let me
sent you
text
dates, by the way.
I'm gonna text him. I'll text. I have his phone number, so
Yeah, he's
let's see if he's on Arizona time right now.
What was I telling him this morning when we were talking? You ain't gonna make it. Remember?
Yeah, you did say that. Yeah, you did.
No, I mean, even when we were talking this morning on the phone. Well, let's say this morning. It was 2 a.m, and with all of us on there, and he goes, "Oh no, I'll be there. I'm gonna set my." I'm going, all right, sure. As long as he's okay, I don't mind, because that way I can pick on him and feel good about it. If something bad happened, then I'll feel guilty a little bit.
Oh man,
Eric K, take it easy, bud.
At least Esh is in here. Later, Eric K. Esh is in here. He's the one who's here. So now Jed could be the new Esh. He can take the jabs for being late. All right, Ash. Now you're on our side. We got to mess with Jed next time we see him.
Yeah,
I feel so honored.
Good. Yeah. Welcome to the team. Welcome to the team.
Yeah.
But I did have a thought.
Take one for the
I
team.
could share for you guys since I'm doing so much of the gaming stuff. You know, Rebecca and her tattoo shop. I'm thinking since now I have access to make custom matches, we can do like matches for charity and have teams for channel versus channel.
Ooh.
I'm up for that.
To raise
That's
money for
fun.
Rebecca, and I want to talk to her over
That's
that.
good.
That was
Nice.
a thought I had today.
Uh-huh.
And
Good.
I think it'd be awesome teaching Clobberin times how to use a PS4 computer controller. We
I have,
give the announcer.
I have a PS4, but
Yeah.
I only have one. I'm pathetic. I only have one game for it now. I don't even play that.
Well,
It's,
Fortnite is free, so you can download
Yeah.
that and play it.
I hear there's bad things about that game.
Oh, come on.
That's fun. Yeah.
Is it
Look,
is
my
it because
son
all
is-
the annoying? Is it because all the annoying Gen Z kids just do all the dances everywhere they go?
My son is 32 years old. That's how old I am. So I can tell you how old I am. And when I asked him about that game, because I know a lot of you are playing it, you don't want to hear his snobby response because he's a big time snobby gamer, like all gamers, just like comic book fans or fans of anything. Always have their snobberies, like and I won't tell you what he said. But.
Oh yeah, we all have a degree of snobbery in us. I'll admit it, I do.
Speak for yourself.
Everybody
I'm a perfect
does.
gentleman. I know what you're talking about.
When it comes to comics, movies, Star Trek stuff, you go, someone mentions who doesn't know much about it will mention like a certain comic or whatever it is that you think is crap or whatever. You go, they don't know, but they're really asking you. Oh, that's a bunch of crap. No one likes that shit. And they go, okay, they don't know. They're asking. That's me with games, and he, of course, is all into that stuff like you guys are. So. But he plays games that some of you play, I'm sure, but I'm sure he has his snobbery there. Zach7, hello.
I would just like to quickly give you guys a laugh. Would you like to see the name of my ship?
Yes.
Sure.
What game is this game or
It's
something?
the USS
Starfleet.
Robinson Crusoe.
Robinson Crusoe.
I like it.
On Mars.
On Mars.
Is that
with Adam West.
a Reliant class ship?
Yeah. And if it were just I like that. And if it were just the Robinson, it would also have Trek meaning and Lost in Space meaning. It'd be like the Robinsons, or A.G. Robinson in Star Trek, the guy who broke the.
Oh, look, I even made one for Jeremy. The USS Cancel Jeremy.
Nice.
There was another one that I called Kurtzman. So there's Neil Cuckman. There's the USS Neil Cuckman. There's the USS
USS
Grifter. Yeah, I had another one called what was it? The Kurtzman Sucks. That was the other one.
Hey, Raymond, what's up, Bo?
Yeah.
Oh, Clobby, if you could put Ironcaster's comment up at 3:50 p.m. for just 32 cents a day, you can help teach a former comic shop owner how to use a controller.
Yes. It's going to cost a lot more than that, dude.
I love how it costs 32 cents.
Yeah,
Very specific.
Not easy.
Lord Thoth, actually, right now, if you're playing the event, you have a chance to either get 1,500 Lobby or 2 Tier 6 ship free tickets from the Zen store. So that's almost like $60 to $80, depending. So.
What game is this?
Star Trek Online.
Oh, they're giving away free stuff now to try to get you to play.
They always do it. They have events now where you can actually earn free Tier 6 ships. They have Q's Winterland during Christmas where Q has different events around. You still do all that stuff, yeah.
I tried STO, but I could never get into it.
They did shut down Defiance, though, finally. Defiance servers shut down not too long ago.
Don't they allow fake direct crap in there?
They have little missions, but nothing that will dissuade these storylines that are in there. They're like people who have come through the different timeline. And
That's what I'm saying. They allow Jar Jar Direct in there, right? So in bad reboot filth.
No, just the ship. Just the ships. There's no actual storylines with that stuff.
Okay. I just curious. I did not know. I've seen it. Okay.
They put the ships in pretty much. That's it. But
okay. I got you.
Where is it?
I would never know how to play a game like that. I mean, but the only game I ever played, I always ever buy a new system just so I could play Madden. And now that I've, after 50 years, sworn off the NFL and hate them now, I don't even have that anymore.
Ooh,
I have it, but I won't even play it anymore. And by the way, EA sucks. They ruined the Madden game anyway.
I got NHL 2020 over the lockdown last year. It's unplayable. I mean, it's got 5 difficulty settings, and anything past 2 is just you can't. It's unplayable.
It's not in the game.
It's not.
Even then say it's in the game. No, it's not.
No, it's not in the game. It's in the DLC.
It's in the game. No, it's not. It's in the game. It's in the loot box. I mean, surprise mechanics. I mean, Kinder Egg. I mean, fuck.
And then you have to buy all the cards for your players. So what happened to us years ago? I gave my son, they're young teenagers. I gave him the credit card to, get Xbox Live and to buy the game. And then every month we're getting charges, $15, $20. And my wife is like, what are those charges? I'm like, oh, it must be Microsoft for my computer business. I'm probably, it's stuff I bought, never paid attention to it. Then, the end of the year, I'm like, what are all these charges? And he was buying all the card packs. He's like, well, Dad, you put the card on my machine. Like, son of a bitch. Like, you spent $300 on Madden, just on all the upgrades.
To be honest, I used to know a guy who spent, over the course of 2 years on 2 separate FIFA games, he spent $1,000 in FIFA points on each game.
I will never play that, but if you guys ever want, if I ever get free code packs for the cards for those games, I know Amazon Prime gives them. I never use them, so I just stock them up.
Send them to me. My kid, so that they don't charge my credit card.
Well, you just take the credit. You just take what you can do. What you do is you parental lock your system.
Yeah, I did. I did that, and then they actually had some of the sites had refunds too eventually because there were class action lawsuits for Microsoft and Apple and a bunch. You remember the Smurfberry incident from years ago where the kids were buying thousands of Smurfberries on their parents' iPhones.
If you have some extra money that you were wasting on those games, instead you can help me buy Near Replicant. So how about that?
Hey, no.
Near Replicant has in-app purchases.
No, it is a game that costs $60 and I want to play it, but I don't have $60.
What you can do is, Pablo, you stream. You have your own channel, right? You're trying to do stuff. Just set up a Stream Elements bot. I can help people do that if you need help with that. And if you start to develop, your crowd starts gravitating to you.
Yeah, actually, I set up the donation link, but I haven't used it. I actually set up a way to people to donate Dogecoin because, so Doge, much love.
Wait. Are you sponsored by Doge? Are you just putting in your little ad right now? Is that what you're doing?
No, but I'm a geek and
No, he wants to go to the moon.
No, okay, this is the reality. What Doge is doing, and I know there's a lot of inconvenience here, is doing the micro calculations for SpaceX. So the hash that you are getting in your computer to mathematically solve is actually part of the coordinates and the micro calculations to get the rockets in land. Yeah, so that's what they are doing. They are not saying it openly, but if you see what you are doing, you are basically rendering simulations for that. You get a token that is a proof of work, a proof of I have done this, and that's what you actually use as money. That's the Dogecoin.
It's the same thing for Bitcoin mining as well.
Yeah, but that's a pharmaceutical, I guess. I'm not sure.
With Bitcoin mining, it's basically, as far as I'm aware, loads of companies put huge mathematical problems, and all the people that are mining mathematical and simulation problems, all the people that are mining Bitcoin are churning those stuff. So it's kind of like a massive supercomputer working on the algorithms, and then the blockchain will reward the Bitcoin token per blocks mined, or so I think at the moment it's like 12 Bitcoin per block, but every halving that's how the Bitcoin price is self-regulating. So once the halving happens, and the point when the halving happens is based on however many blocks have been mined on the chain. So when the halving is, you'll get half the amount of Bitcoin per block mined, and then the Bitcoin value about half a year to a year after will shoot up in value because there's less potential like tokens in the market to be had.
Yes. I just want to do a public service announcement. I believe everyone agrees today that the person who was the Campbell stuff, y'all know what's going on, right?
The J. Scott Campbell.
Oh yeah, we talked about that earlier.
So this was my morning. This was my morning to say I never would apologize.
Lovely, lovely.
Because there are real people who look like this, who go out of their way to make them look like a cover. And you know what? If you want to adapt a cover, that's fine. But if the original artist is going to come after you because they feel like you're insulting their work, you probably got to listen to them, because beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But at the same
beauty is in care.
But
I feel the tension and the toxicity rising.
But I'm trying to. But you guys all can agree, comic is an art form. Drawing is an art form. Yes. Nailing characters is an art form. You can change it to make it from your point of view. That's great, but you still have to respect the original artist. Doesn't matter if it's a writer, a drawer, like anything, pianist, like musician, anything. You don't insult the baseline where it came from. And this was an actual Maxim cover. I did not know this.
Yo, you didn't know that? Yeah.
I missed it.
I seen it.
I've never seen that either.
Yeah. And yeah, there you go. Look at that. I know it's all redheads, but honestly, Mary Jane, I can say across the board is one of the most loved wife, girlfriend of in the Marvel Universe, because she was very supportive, but she also didn't hamper him. And as much as the PlayStation game is great, I know she became Captain Karen, but I still love Mary Jane. I will always love Mary Jane.
Yeah, it's not the character's fault. It's the idiots that made the game. So yeah.
I kinda grow Mary Jane. Oh, the other Mary Jane.
Yeah, and there's also a Spider Girl, girl in a Spider-Man costume about to kiss a Spider-Gwen.
Yep.
I'm not against that. I will actually take it.
If you look closely, you can see his avatar Yoda getting a little bulge right there in the corner.
I felt the tension brewing in the panel and the chat. The testosterone was just rising.
Yeah, I got a serious question though for Pablo. Sorry, is it Pablo or Pablo?
Whatever.
When are you going to start doing your videos on the Mexican knockoff toys? Because I think a lot of people are waiting for that.
Yeah, I actually gotta get some money enough to buy some, and I will do unboxings on camera, and I want to do that on live stream so we can all laugh about it and actually play with them, try to make sets, make it fun, make it something really, really hilarious. So yeah.
I like how there's 3 messages in your chat, all retracted at all in the same time. Like you're saying something very like, oh wait a minute, someone see this.
Google bots.
It's not mods. It's actually them.
That wasn't the good. Fat fingers is what I always say. When
all I saw was sexy. Probably sexy. I feel so toxic right now. And Chris was probably like, damn Canadian.
Oh man!
Every time you get Mary Jane on the screen is Fanta Pants Appreciation Day.
Mary Jane or Starfire. I think those are the main ones.
Yeah. Wow.
And now they're trying to get rid of them, and that
Yeah,
and somehow Whale Simone thinks that this is not a real thing. She has said on her Twitter that there's no redhead extinction going on. The whale is in denial.
What about MJ and the Marvel MCU? I mean,
basically, she's a Redecost denier.
Yeah, she's a Redecost. That's good.
Nice
oh man, Whale Simone, the Redecost denier. I love it.
It's like,
by the way, did you saw what Samana was ranting about the other day?
No, what happened now?
There's always someone whining.
Yeah,
Always.
sadly, basically Marvel now is Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, is it about the whole Kevin Feige thing saying that the reason why Doctor Strange didn't show up? You know, that's BS, because you know what? There's no way in hell a Nexus being would be outdone by the Sorcerer Supreme, except they would work together like they did in the comics and teach the magic and help them balance
Also,
out their
the
emotions
Sorcerer
to it.
Supreme.
Oh my god, yeah.
The Sorcerer Supreme is part of the Nexus. That's why he's so powerful. So yeah, he actually will counter that immediately.
So what that excuse was, that was a virtue thing saying bad white man. It wouldn't be taken away from Wanda.
They didn't want
mansplaining.
They didn't
you know
want
what took away from WandaVision? You want to know what took away from it? The fact that they gave up on the last 2 episodes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Dude, Doctor Strange would have actually saved it rather than watching white male Vision from West Coast Avengers look all confused and run away.
Yeah, no, it would have been a very logical point to have included him in the show. It would have one of those things that actually worked, because let's not forget, in this universe, it was a female Ancient One that showed him the way, and all it was is just Strange giving it back to someone else. He was taught. Now he's trying to give it back, since that's how it is. Like in the YouTube community, when someone brings us up, we give it back by helping a smaller person return. That's all he would have been doing. There's nothing wrong with that. Would have succeeded from her story a little bit, yeah, but is it logical for him to help her considering the shock and out of controlness of her situation? Yes.
But at the same time, there's one other thing I wanted to think. I honestly think they were going to have him show up and Mephisto was going to show up.
Well, they did. Benedict Cumberbatch was signed on. Yeah. They had the signature
Mephisto
down and everything. Yeah, they had it all signed off and everything to happen. So it makes you wonder, and this is something that VW and Fallball talked about. It makes you wondering, was there a whole great ending of a script written and it just got tossed out? Which it probably was. We're getting conspiratorial here with this comicness, but I think so.
Nick, what I think it was is that, remember the commercial people that we never got an answer who they were?
Well, yeah, that was supposed to be Strange.
I don't think it was Strange, though. I think that's not the actual reason. I think Strange was still watching from his safe space in New York. But the dude was Mephisto, and the girl was Satana. And they were trying to escape that area because that would be the only void, since Wanda didn't know who they were. They would be trapped in the commercial realm because it was a TV realm, so they can only pop in at certain points because of their power levels. Especially if they're doing a resurrection. So if he showed up when Mephisto broke free because he was using Harkness to absorb powers, let's say going down the road of Dormammu with the Carnage symbiote trying to absorb souls from the cartoon.
Yeah, I remember that episode.
Perfectly in line, and that honestly would feel like something Feige would have done. And that's where I could see the line. And you had an opportunity to be great.
I swear, I thought Feige mentioned in that Rolling Stone interview that originally it was supposed to be Strange in the commercials. Unless I read it wrong, which if I did, I did. But I swear that it was supposed to be Strange was those commercials were his response of reaching out to her. I don't know how, but does it already sound better than how the show ended up by a lot? Yeah, I can work with that. I mean, once again, I do feel like there was an alternative ending that was fully written that they just tossed out to the side, like, no, we're not going to go with this ending. Totally what happened.
If that's right, though, who's the female then in there? Why would there be 2 personalities instead of 1?
Hold on. What do you mean 2 female personalities?
There's a guy and a girl in every commercial.
Yeah, there was, yeah.
So why would that be Strange if he only needed to astral project himself? He can't astral project another.
The more the merrier. You need more voices to awaken her.
But who's the female sorcerer that could do that like him? We don't know anyone like that.
I gotta think about this. I'm once again, there could have been something that
he projected his male and feminine side into a commercial? Is that going?
I don't know, but I do believe there's something written. No, you're good. I do believe there's something written way better Chris Persia just wrote it. Yeah, you are
did.
correct. Feige did say he intended for the commercial to be Strange reaching out. Okay, so that was confirmed. I would have rolled with that. I really would have. But he had to leave it with the white guy. I can't say. So what's going to happen next? Lois Lane can't be saved by Superman. Somehow she's going to be Brainiac while he sits on the sidelines watching, like looking at his cell phone. I just probably gave him idea, but I probably shouldn't have said that.
I don't think they will. Lois and Clark seems to have potential. I'm going to be secret. I've seen the first episode, and I'm saving all of them to binge because sadly, I sailed the seas and got all of Babylon 5, and I'm now at the second episode of season 3 when the Shadow Wars are just kicking off. And character arcs. Everyone starts to feel like Jakar, Londo. Everyone is starting to reach the point of their evolution.
Oh, it's amazing.
Season. Yeah, I know.
Jakar is just incredible.
He goes from a man, man to not wanting to be a prophet to a leader of the people to, dude, Jakar he has so much evolution, man.
That actor, Andreas Castellanos, rest his soul, was absolutely brilliant in that role.
Mm-hmm.
Brilliant. Yeah.
Well, one thing I wanted
to... a great character. Good.
Oh, no, sorry. I was just, before we get off Wanda, the one thing that really killed me was the no consequences. I think the actress was responding to that, Elizabeth Olsen. I mean, she tortured people, and Marvel made a conscious decision to have the people suffer, too. They could have also had it where the people were in like a dreams land or like a heaven-like state, but every time someone came out, they were suffering and pain and saying how horrible it was and release me. So you had someone who tortured a whole town for months, it seemed like, and had zero consequences. It was horrible.
Oh, yeah, it was. She did what Kilgrave does. He does on a person-to-person level, but she did that on a citywide scale.
And she has chaos magic. She can actually create a dimension where they are not even there. They are in the ether as only energy, and she can actually pull every single individual to the role whenever she wants. That is something that they could have done just so they don't have kids comatose on their beds every single day during a month, you know?
It bothered me too with the twins, because the twins in general, like, they're literally created from slivers of Mephisto's soul. So they had to come from a source that was unlimited power and untapped potential. And that pissed off Mephisto. It pissed him off to the point where he's like, you're taking a part of me to create 2 new lives. They're not even of my personality or anything. And he took them back, and that's what sent her crazy. So it's just, it feels like, remember watching Fox Kids Spider-Man, where it's getting to the end and Madam Web and Peter take off to find Mary Jane?
I love it.
You remember that final thing, but we never get a follow-up, and it was like the biggest, what the fuck? What's going on next? That's the same thing WandaVision did.
Oh,
yeah. Badly.
Dropped the ball totally.
Except way bad. Yeah, way worse. This show did way worse. At least, no, Spider-Man the animated series ended abruptly too. When after 65 episodes, that show ended abruptly because they're like, "You're finding the real Mary Jane." And he's just like, "Oh, I wonder what that's like." And all of a sudden, the show got cut out. I can't remember why, but that's what happened in '98 or '7.
And then we got 2099, and it only lasted 1.5 seasons because it was bad.
They called it Unlimited, and they didn't even make it Miguel O'Hara, which they should have.
And the symbiotes too. Remember the symbiotes character models? They were horrible.
The series was good though. The series was enjoyable in a lot of ways.
Which one? Unlimited?
Oh no, 99.
Oh, well, Unlimited was basically 2099.
Yep.
Yeah. I haven't watched it in a long time. I can't remember, but I have been rewatching the old 90s episodes, and it's so funny to watch in retrospect because I didn't know at the time. But when I learned about it 5 years ago, what was it happened? Oh, I learned that Fox had a rule of you can't punch your characters and no guns. That's why they had the laser guns.
That's right.
So yeah, and then I thought about it, I'm like, oh, that can't be real. And then I started rewatching episodes around 2014. I'm like, holy crap, they were right. There really was a policy like that.
Also remember that Nick Fury used to be white and a ginger.
Oh, I remember that. Dude, those are great episodes.
Yeah.
Those are great episodes. That was my introduction to Nick Fury. That show was my same introduction to Daredevil. That was my introduction to Doctor Strange, Dormammu, Baron Mordo. I remember thinking, it opened up my whole world because, I lived by a 7-Eleven that had Spider-Man comics. I'm like, okay, I better find a Spider-Man comic that has Doctor Strange in it. And I heard, oh no, there's a Doctor Strange comic. I'm like, bro, what? Tell me more.
Iron Man appeared on that series, and then he got his own series, and was fantastic.
Yeah, I remember that. Oh, yeah. Between the Iron Man cartoon and then, of course, Silver Surfer was fantastic. It was criminal that it only had one season.
It was so really was
so good.
Yep. Wildcats was criminally not given enough, and honestly, I still love that cartoon because everything was 80s weird hair. Oh, look for Wildcats. That's where the Grifter dude that looks like a cross between Punisher and Deadpool with the mask, and you would actually like it.
You want to know a series that ended abruptly, and it should have been amazing to continue?
Go on.
X-Men Evolution.
That was good. I like X-Men Evolution. Yeah.
Yeah. I agree with that. It was like the next. I think that cartoon was just as entertaining when we got the 90s with the guitar riff. I think that was one of the ones that we could actually have the most relation to after that series.
Steve Mitchum.
And they decided to cancel it.
Yeah. Well, they cancel everything that's good, right? That's the thing.
Yep. That's exactly the way it works, man. And there were some of those '90s cartoons. The second season of Fantastic Four cartoon is of the '90s is my happy place because that first season was so bad, and that I'm sitting at work one day downtown working a security job at a building. It was a Saturday morning. I get a call from a friend of mine. Did you watch the new season premiere of Fantastic Four? I said, no, I don't watch that shit. We talked about it. It looks like garbage. No, you gotta watch it. No, come on, man, shut up. He recorded it and made me watch it. I'm like, what the hell?
It became like a whole other show.
They adapted Kirby. They made it look just like Kirby. They adapted Kirby stories and some they hodgepodge some stuff. But one was a clips episode, but for the most part, it was 13 episodes of sheer Fantastic Four joy.
Oh, good. No, it really is joyful. And like, I even got my two little minions. They got invested in that show too. They know all the characters. They can tell you who all of them were, from the Hulk to Thor to the Inhumans. They knew who Medusa was. They knew who Lockjaw was because, of course, they knew who Lockjaw was. But we were all.
Great. Thor's voice by John Rhys Davies was fantastic. That's what I thought about when I heard Thor talk. And anything else, I couldn't get used to it because I was hearing him saying, "Stay thy hand, villain, or suffer the wrath of Thor." God,
so good.
You know what really bothered me? Like, honestly, when we got the introduction to the Star Jammers, we had a perfect opportunity to do a kind of Star Trek style with Starjammers across the whole mutant universe, Marvel universe. And it could have been going from planet to planet, dealing with stuff, being on the run. They never took that chance focusing on Scott's dad. And I really think they could have done something great. It could have been a mixture between Stargate universe, with the way the ship was and the way they were doing that stuff, but with the Marvel. And it didn't have to be about superpowers, just the races they come in contact with.
What could have been.
It would have been an animated Firefly in a way. Think about it.
Welcome to the great Raymond Feliciano. What's up, buddy?
Not much. How are you guys doing?
All right, man. How's it going?
Hey,
Raymond.
Good.
I thought I didn't get the link in there. What did I do? I missed the link somehow. Let me get that. I put the name. What happened to the description? What happened to the link? Let me fix that. Sorry. But anyway, I'm going to put a link, everyone, to.
Are you ready?
How I did.
Yes.
Hey, guys.
Yo.
Hey, hello, man.
Oh, I remember this now. I saw a few episodes of this.
Yes.
Now you're bringing it back. Oh my god! I only saw.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll shut up.
No, it's okay. No, I wanted to show you. Where is it? Where is he?
Spartan and Void.
There, this guy right here. And CJ's already made me channel emojis, and Grifter's going to be one of them. I don't want to get Clobberin claimed, so I won't play too much. But you guys remember this, right? But look at the hair. Look at that.
This used to play on Fox Kids.
Yeah.
Man.
Fox Kids, dude. Every morning I got Saturday morning, got my 9 bowls of cereal ready of waffle crisp, and just got ready to watch these cartoons. What a glorious time in my life! If I'm still trying to relive to this day. I get my bowl now ready to watch on TV.
my great aunt used to have cable. You know, it was not something common. It was something that you got if you had the money to do it. She did. I used to go every afternoon that I could just to watch Digimon. There it was the X-Men cartoon, then this cartoon, then the Fantastic Four cartoon, and it ended up on it ended up on one anime. I don't remember it. It was Monster Rancher.
Monster Rancher. It's the one where they put the discs in, and with the thing. Yes. You remember the game came out though, Pablo? When the game came out for PlayStation 1, what you could do is when you're going to unlock monsters, you could put your own CDs in, and it would spin the CD and read the CD, and there was a chance it would unlock another monster for you. That was ingenious.
Yeah, it was amazing, man. They don't do things like that anymore.
No, because that inspires imagination. Why would you inspire imagination in people when you're trying to push an agenda? That's free choice.
Why ever?
We need a platform.
Like today, the Lex series. You guys remember Lex, right?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Lex would not last a season in this day and age.
Get made.
There was a good time where trying to get a platform was if you were so short that you actually need platform shoes, and that was all.
Can you move me away from his avatar? I don't want to give him any blood.
You haven't lived until you watched the 1967 Fantastic Four first run.
Oh, that's great. They won't put them on legal DVD for some reason. I have bootlegs of them.
Why? Why is that?
But Clobberin, I have a request. I want you to watch an anime series, and I think I want you to watch Trigun. Yes, I think.
Oh yes.
That's amazing. I don't know. I've watched Trigun, and it's a piece of crap.
Clobberin.
Wow.
Clobberin, I'll send you the links to get Saber Marionette J. It's an anime that I really want you to watch. It's about a society where there's no woman left because the last woman is in a spaceship. Humanity had to flee Earth, and when they go to a new planet that is called Terra 2, the only woman on the crew was left in the spaceship. So now they are cloning themselves to have a society, and it's a womanless society. So they create these marionettes, these androids, to serve them. It's amazing. It's a great show. I really want you to watch it, and it's from the 90s, so you know it's gonna be weird and good.
Oh, weird and good, man. Say no more.
I always appreciate the recommendations, but it's not. I've never been that big into anime, and my son has been trying to force me to watch certain anime that I've been resisting. If I actually watch the anime that someone else recommended instead of the one I'm not going to watch that he's recommending me, I would really be in trouble.
Oh yeah,
he loves it too. Different ones.
Well, then you better get watching them.
Oh yep.
I don't want to. I watched a little bit of it. He's a One Piece fanatic. And he, and he's also been he's constantly on me to watch the anime, and he's such a freak for it. He loves the anime, he loves the manga even more, and he watch every week a new one comes out, and so he's just he has all the books, and he follows all that stuff, and he's constantly bugging me to watch it.
One Piece is a commitment. It's quite long. It's really long.
You're right.
It is.
So I tend to gravitate toward animation and manga that is short. So Saber Marionette is like 20 something episodes for the first season, and then 6 episodes for an OVA that is amazing, and then a second series that is a whole another thing. But I gravitate to shorter series because Dragon Ball, One Piece, and Naruto consume too much time of my life.
I've heard that. I've heard that they're just they're monument. But in the way though, I envy anyone who is into one of those, because you got something like, because every time I'm talking to them about or mention something about how how horrible now the Fantastic Four is, or how horrible the Legion is, or something that I love that is long since dead and gone and blown away with the wind, and I only have the memories. So well, if you read or watch One Piece, you wouldn't have to worry about that. It's going on forever, and I got 20-some years of it.
Okay. Let's make a concession. My Hero Academia, I think Clobberin would love.
Yes,
I hear that. That's the most closest to a superhero show I've been told. I know Comics Division told me that.
You would like it because and honestly, I think Invincible is kind of inspired. I think it's inspired a little bit from Invincible in a way, and you would love the teaching. It has like the Luke Skywalker, Yoda kind of Obi-Wan feels in it when it comes to the teaching, the sacrifice. I think honestly, you should honestly do a show. One of your shows a week should be Watch Party My Hero Academia. See
that, that or One Punch Man. One Punch Man is a great.
I just started reading that. I got the first book. I've been reading that, so I'm almost done with the first book. I like it, dude. It's really good. Yeah. It's really fun. Really fun.
All the man wants is a sandwich. All he wants is a sandwich and discount food. That's it. But yeah,
no, I'm gonna read a few more books, and I want to jump in and show you. We could definitely do some watch on. I'll just do it on my channel.
Dude, if we can do a watch party for One Punch Man,
let's do it.
Yeah,
let's do it. And I, dude, and whoever else wants to join.
I know, Clobberin, you're very iffy on anime, but these are superhero ones that like come from two different aspects, and you might not love them at first. I took forever to watch My Hero till the 4th season came out, and then I couldn't stop watching, and I went through all the episodes.
For me, anime died with Speed Racer. Just kidding.
No, that makes sense. No, that makes sense. You come from.
I do love that though. Yeah.
You're a Lupin guy, right?
I don't know that one.
Lupin
I know
the
that
Third?
Lupin the Third.
Oh, I'm a Lupin
I know what
guy.
it is, but I haven't read that one.
Yeah.
I'm a Lupin guy.
I've heard of it. Though.
Star Blazers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I watched that. Used to watch Battle of the Planets. I know it's Katzman.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah.
But
I just wanted to say something that someone say, and I'm a looping guy in my looping world.
I am never coming here. If he's gonna keep singing there.
I watched Robotech and Macross a little bit. Some of that stuff, you know. I know some huge hardcore fans of those. Robotech.
Oh, Macross is amazing.
I love that.
Okay, if you like Macross, there's a series that is amazing, and I mean, is if you want a recommendation, this is a sure recommendation. Is one of the best animes there is. Code Geass. Code Geass.
Code Geass. Lelouch of the Rebellion.
Exactly, Lelouch of the Rebellion, and then it has a movie that is called Lelouch of the Resurrection. Is brainy, is tactical, is militaristic, is amazing.
Thoth, come on, man. Thoth, jump in if you can, brother. But yeah, okay, no, go ahead, Pablo.
Dude, that's a top 5 best animes ever made. You have Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. You have Code Geass. Those are brilliant. Just brilliant.
Thank you for not recommending Gantz, because Gantz is something that's kind
of... over Gantz, I will recommend The Scryte. Scryte is a great anime.
Yeah. I don't know, one of these days I might, but the first one I'm obligated to will be One Piece, or I will be shot.
Well, you like Robert Meyer Burnett, right?
I do like him. He's a nice
then
guy.
You know where you should start? The one he helped with, Dota on Netflix.
I've heard it was good. I know Ash likes it.
It's been doing very well. It's already been signed for a couple of seasons, hasn't it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been greenlit for at least another 1 or 2 seasons.
Is he eating again?
Who?
I'm hungry.
Dude.
It's a Slim Jim. And I got a Twinkie right here, too.
Wait. Open up the Twinkie and put the Slim Jim in it at a medium pace. Just get cream all over it. Just get cream all over it. Come on, Nick, do it for the big fat.
It would be lemonade sand Twinkie. All right, I'll do it.
Cream fill my Slim Jim.
Hey, Thoth, jump in, man, if you can, but no pressure, brother, but we'd love to have you. But, you know, I do love animation. I may not be a big anime guy, but I did like Invincible and that. We talked about that, of course. But I would like to see
he's gonna
something.
Do it.
Oh, what are you doing?
Oh, he's gonna violate that Twinkie with a Slim Jim. Oh yeah, look, he's taking out. He's going raw. He's going bareback. Oh yeah.
Oh my
Hey, J.R. Bailey, thank you for popping in. You have a great.
He's trying so hard to keep a straight face.
Have a good one, J.R. Bailey. Appreciate
He's never gonna be able to look at a Slim Jim and a Twinkie again. Now this is where you insert it with the cream filling. Yeah. No, slower. Yeah. Okay. I can't do it.
Oh my god.
That looks like when you get a catheter
Like
in
a
your
corn
dick.
dog.
It looks like it got stretched. Oh my god.
Oh, good.
I just
Wow.
ruined 2 treats for
You
him.
just lost your Twinkie sponsorship, Nick.
Yeah, there you go.
That's a big Twinkie.
Slim Jim.
Stick
might
it in
like
with
it,
a
though.
Slim Jim.
Slim Jim, yes. Twinkie
It
out.
really is a Slim Jim. My neighbor gave this to me. She's like,
Big
"Hey, do you like
broken
Slim Jim?" I'm like, "I love Slim Jim." She gave me like 20 of them. It was awesome.
Nice.
I know, right?
Are there like different types of Twinkies? Because I've had the
Yeah,
regular
this is
ones.
the lemonade stand flavored Twinkie.
Okay, I've had the
Take
regular
it
ones
off.
and I didn't like them.
Take it.
Take it off. Let's take it off. All
Yeah,
right.
let's get the white shit all
Hey,
over it.
old Jace 540.
Okay.
That's
I am never going to unsee this again.
Here's a new series for Nick. Will Nick
flavored
eat this?
Twinkie.
Well,
Nick eat
yeah,
this?
I'll eat it right now. What do you
No,
think?
there's your new show. Will Nick eat this? It could be like a 5-minute showing.
No, okay.
Yeah, it's called Fear Factor.
This is the show. I unbox bootleg toys while
Yeah.
Nick Weiser is eating shit.
Oh no!
Hey, and purple, trust me, you don't need to try Slim Jim.
Actually, you do, Purple.
I
He's
think
here.
she
I am
does.
so sorry.
Do they have them over there? Purple, do they have those over there? And yeah, there. I like them. I haven't had one in a while.
It's a poor imitation for a sausage. I don't know how
Some
you
real
describe
beef
it. but-
jerky.
Okay.
Beef jerky, yeah.
Nebraska. Like some Nebraska beef jerky or something. Some real beef jerky.
Yep.
You want some real Slim Jims? Yeah.
Oh God.
Does it taste better with the cream on it or off it?
You had to go there.
Okay, when you the little thing is when you see Fat Steven, you know shit's gonna hit the fan. Not literally,
Yes.
probably ice cream or pistachio. But yeah.
Oh, God.
Man. Stick is getting bigger now.
I like it.
We have a rising.
Whoa, bro. You can be like Lingardian Leviosa.
You know, that spell can quite easily be complicating relationship between women. You know, Wingardium Lesbiosa and everything goes to hell. If you got the joke, you got the joke. If you didn't, you didn't.
You're a sick bastard. You're sick bastard. You know. Just for that, I gotta cleanse my palate. There we go. I can breathe again.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Oh,
He's in
God.
the middle. Wait. Nick, can you slowly try to stab Ash's screen with your camera? Just go down, just to stab. You want some meat? Yeah, there you go. You're now meat support.
Why do you want him to stick something in me?
Because I don't know, it's funny.
This is very.
Oh, there's another series. Will this spit
suspiciously-
in Ash?
You what? Now you want him to spit on me? What the hell?
No, I said, will this fit in Ash? Why would I spit on you?
I don't know.
To
Why
make
would
it
he
fit,
spit?
so it
We're
can
triggering
actually get looped and fit.
I can't spit. Stop looking me in the eye. Please don't choke. We can't give a Harlequin.
Please look away. Please look away.
Oh, God.
Tug on my hair and call me a Slim Jim.
Oh,
This show went off the rails.
He's crying. Maybe the 32 flavors of vegan Wiser tomorrow. You know, just change the whole fucking name. Oh, I'm sorry, Clobberin. I'm so sorry.
For what?
I don't know. But someone will blame me eventually.
Oh.
I love you guys.
this is just
Now spit on it.
I'm gonna have a heart attack.
Well, we're eating that stuff, you know.
Well, this is the way I go. Eating what I love. That's fine.
Did someone clip that? Him saying, wagging around meat, going, "This is what I eat when I live."
A Slim Jim and a Twinkie as a last meal.
I want diabetes before they electrocute me.
No, seriously. Like, imagine if I was in like a burger eating contest, eating like a T-Rex burger, and all of a sudden, like I'm like on my 8th burger patty, and then all of a sudden I just like croak. It's like, dude, can you imagine what that kick-ass obituary would look like? Died while eating the T-Rex burger. That is stunning and brave, if you ask me.
Stunning.
He died choking on meat. That's stunning and brave.
Here lies Nick Weiser. All he wanted on his tombstone was an open Twinkie and a Slim Jim.
Did you really want to die eating waffle crisp, Nick? Though, isn't that your favorite waffle?
That
crisp?
is my favorite all-time cereal. When I first tried that when I was 10 years old, what happened was I loved it so much, I dug for the popcorn bowl in the kitchen, and I filled up the entire box of cereal in the popcorn bowl, then went with a whole gallon of milk, and then went to work right after.
Did you ever see this Seinfeld stand-up where he's talking about cereal? And then, like, you know, how, you know, all, you know, healthy cereals and moms wouldn't buy stuff. And then Seinfeld, you know, I'm not doing it right, but he's like, Cinnamon Toast Crunch. He's like, those motherfuckers ruined it for everyone. Then all the moms were on top of that. Like, what kind of cereal is Cinnamon Toast Crunch? It's like, then you had like the healthy cereal movie, like, you know.
Have you ever guys had that moment where you have a bowl of cereal and you just keep going back for another bowl, another bowl, another bowl?
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
All the
Yeah,
time.
20 minutes.
All the time.
Vector is my weakness, man. Have you ever had Vector?
What's Vector?
No.
Oh, it's like that protein workout cereal, but it has that little hint of cinnamon on it, right? It has like clusters and flakes, but when you mix it with the milk, it's just you just can't stop eating.
If you get into that mode, it's even worse in Ecuador because cereal is a luxury item. So you will be spending a lot of money to eat bowl after bowl after bowl, and when you finish, it's like, motherfucker, did that just eat $8 in fucking sugar?
Wow. Well, here's the nutrition on waffle crisp. It's 160 calories per 1.25 cups. 1.25 cups. So figure out small. So how much is a whole bowl? That's probably like how many servings per the box.
I gotta give props though. I actually did do the read through of the second comic for the Fortnite Zero Crisis, and honestly, the way they nailed, because they can't talk on the island, right? So Batman has to write everything on batarangs and stuff, messages and stuff. And the love they have of them always resetting when the match ends, trying to figure out how to escape, and Catwoman and him still get back together. Dude, they nailed the old school love story. It's freaking awesome in that book. I'm not gonna lie.
The second issue or
the second issue that came out a couple days ago? Yeah.
Oh, I haven't gotten mine in the mail yet.
I do it online, and I was excited.
I got the snail mail version, so
I
shall read it. No, it's good to hear. That's actually good. One of the new comics I'm buying is actually worth reading. Then, so
it's long too. I had it on autoplay, like because you have the viewer. It's long, not like your Slim Jim, Nick. Shut up. I like how he's holding something called Dunkin', and he was just dunking his Slim Jim in this Twinkie, but now he has something else to dunk in too.
Heyo.
I made a joke today.
Oh, waka waka.
Yeah. I'm gonna pull on your hair later. Call you Billy Steph Anderson.
So we should ask everyone what their favorite cereal is in the panel. I mean, now that we're
that's hard.
Apple Jacks historically. Because my mother wouldn't let me have it.
What'd you say? Apple Jacks?
Yeah, my mother would never buy it for me. She was like, not that crap.
Choco-Pix.
That's a cereal or a candy?
This is a cereal. Dunkin' cereal caramel macchiato.
Wow. I'm from Boston. We don't have that. We got Dunkin's in every corner, but we don't have that.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
That's your favorite?
That's
Honey
my favorite,
Bunches.
yeah.
Besides waffle crisp? Oh boy, I gotta think about this one.
Honey Bunches of Oats with chocolate milk.
Have you had the new you know when you go to a gas station they have those Nutter Butter peanut butter cookies? They have a Nutter Butter cereal.
Wow.
And it tastes like those cookies and it's amazing.
Dave Bob. Dave Bob. What's up, Bob?
Well, my favorite is peanut butter Captain Crunch. Captain Crunch, I should
That
say.
might be my favorite too.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
Rice
probably
Krispies.
now.
Rice. You guys remember Rice Krispie cereal? What it literally was? They cooked up Rice Krispie squares, chopped up into chunks, and threw it in a box and called it cereal.
Wait, you guys have peanut butter cereal?
Oh God,
Yeah.
You are living the
Oh,
life,
dude.
man.
Peanut butter
Captain
crunch.
Crunch.
We had
Dude.
Cookie Crisp, for God's sake.
That's how we defeated communism. We had
Yeah.
all the good stuff.
With diabetes.
Blueberry Pancake Crunch was my favorite Captain Crunch cereal of all time. It was a limited
Really?
buy. Blueberry Pancake Crunch. I trust me. I love peanut butter. I love Oops All Berries. I love the traditional. I love the sprinkled donut crunch. But once Blueberry Pancake Crunch happened, bro, that was like my lifeline. Like it was like I was one with that. Like you know how they say your body's made of water. I was made of Blueberry Pancake Crunch.
How did Fruity Pebbles compare to that for you?
No,
Fruity Pebbles good. Fruity Pebbles good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
it depends where it's manufactured, though, right?
They made it too
Because-
healthy now, yeah. Because like my son liked Lucky Charms, and he's like, when they made it more healthy, he's like, and the kid is as skinny as a rail, God bless him, and he can eat like whatever he wants, and he's like, this sounds horrible, it tastes horrible. It's like, why is it so healthy?
Yeah.
Well, Clobberin, you got to highlight Brightest Days comment. I think that fits perfect for Nick. Oh my God.
439. There we go.
Nick's Blue Waffle Crunch.
There's this gas station by me that has good pizza, and they actually make the pizza there all day, every day. They have a cook work on the pizza as the day goes on. It's awesome.
Have you ever seen Futurama? When Fry eats a sandwich on the bathroom of a gas station.
Lord Thoth.
Hey,
question.
hermano.
Sorry about that, buddy. How long you been here, man? I thought
about 15 minutes.
Come on.
Nick.
No, seriously.
Anyone here
I
wants
wasn't
you to
looking at
try?
the screen, man. Oh my God.
It's all good, man. Don't worry about it.
You guys like tomato
Hey,
soup,
guys.
right? You guys like tomato soup, like usually with grilled cheese, right? You ever had that?
Oh,
before?
yeah.
Now, there's something different now. Next to me, now you guys have like the warm tomato soup. Make sure you have some of those combos. Remember the pretzels with the stuff inside?
Yeah.
Throw that into the tomato soup.
Oh, dude.
And then covered it with shredded cheese, and then microwave it or heat it up so the cheese melts over top. And that gives it enough time for the pretzel to get soft enough to give you a little like nacho. You'll see.
Now I know why you get your name.
Oh, bite me.
So we've got Slimwiser and we've got Fat Steven. That's awesome.
And we have Lord Broth.
That's right. I actually like broth.
Okay, just something. If you ever bite Fat Steven Seagal, you may get diabetes or you may get a heart attack instantly. So he's actually trying to get you, man.
I'm trying.
I wonder what the Fat Steven cookbook has got.
I'm not even fat. I just put it in my name because it's funny. Because you get to call someone fat and you don't get to feel bad about it.
Okay, I had this theory about Fat Steven before knowing him. Every time you will say hi to him, he will say hello program. So my theory is this. Steven Seagal is Russian. Fat Steven Seagal is a piece of software. So Fat Steven Seagal is really a Russian troll.
I think Pablo's a blow-up doll.
Dave mentioned the Rotten Tomatoes, and no, Steven, you mentioned that about the chips. There was a Lay's chip where they had it was grilled cheese flavor, where you had the tomato and the grilled cheese as a flavor as a chip. I may have done a video for one of those. It was called "Getting Laid with Lay's," and I did 2 or 3 different Lay's flavored chips for a video. It was one of my first videos ever. Well, and dude, there are some amazing chips I tried.
Bro. I will say that Fat Steven, that recipe, wow, that is amazing. I got to try that.
Which one? Oh, the cheese, tomato soup, and combos. Yeah, because a lot of people don't like soup plain, right? Usually you crumble crackers or use bread or something because it's the texture. It feels like you're not getting enough. But with that, you're getting not just the soup, but the soup will accentuate the flavors of whatever combo you use. So say nacho cheese or the spicy one. You know, I love making food. Like I'll cook up like a pound of ground beef, right? I'll soak it in, let's say, the night before in like say Barks root beer. I'll fry it up, I'll then add a little bit of barbecue sauce to it, and then I'll take that, break it up, roll it with cheese inside a Pillsbury crescent roll, and throw it in the oven. So you have a stuffed crescent roll. It's fantastic.
And he says he's not fat.
I can't hear you over your insults. I don't believe this. I am a national treasure of fat goodness.
Fat goodness.
I am a pretty princess on the Weight Watchers.
Sounds like it has bite.
Oh, dude, it has major bite.
Barks has bite.
It does.
What's up, Bob Saget? What a name.
You know Bob Saget, his name can get you demonetized.
Why?
What?
Bob Saget?
Yep, you can mispronounce it quite easily. Also, Kevin Feige, you can get demonetized because saying his last name.
Oh.
Weird.
Bro.
Saying.
That's
Clobberin,
weird,
man, look at this. You bring people together like this all the time, man. Like, look at this shit. We've had a blast. Nick's almost choked. It's been almost a full thing.
Again, I'm sorry about that thought. I thought you were kidding when you said, "Oh, I don't want to join you guys."
Oh, no. I figured that since you were so persistent, I would drop in and say hello.
I'm glad you did, man.
Yeah, no problem.
That, buddy.
I didn't want to take away from the other 7, 8, 9 voices, right? Because when you have a bunch of people all talking, it gets a little bit challenging. So I was just happy being in the chat and cracking my one-liners there that Nick was laughing at.
Oh, dude, those are hilarious, man. As I'm chowing away on food, I'm like, man, this guy's trying to make me die. And that's a good way to go. Can you imagine the obituary laughing at a Lord Thoth joke eating a Slim Jim? I'd like that headline.
Choked to death, yep.
You had the best joke of the day, though, man. That was pretty awesome. I was laughing my ass off. That's what made me want to come in and join.
Steve Mitchum, my arteries are hardening just listening to this. Yeah.
There's a note I think Pat S wrote where, God, dude, I can hear you getting better.
There's also another one. Have you guys met like hamburgers, right? You've made hamburgers before?
Oh yeah.
Yep,
what you do? Well, you know, yeah, I bet you have. But what you do, you get it so it's defrosted. You brown it just enough, but then you use like a shot glass and you take out the middle while you're cooking it, and do whatever you want with it later. Then break an egg over top of that hole, and then
I've done that.
So it fries in the burger, and you do it just enough so it's a little bit runny. So when you have the burger, you take a bite, all the yellow stuff just comes out. It's fucking awesome.
Oh yeah.
Actually, that is very good too. And if you toast the buns on the barbecue, like if you do it on the barbecue, have you tried it on the barbecue?
We're not allowed having barbecues in condos, so we can't.
What?
Oh
yeah.
That wouldn't stop me.
This is why you're not in my condo.
What are you, the police?
Yes.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. There you go.
I've never had a hamburger.
Excuse me.
Do you want a hamburger?
Ash, you've never had a hamburger?
No.
Is it religious or is it?
No, I've just never had a hamburger.
Oh, well,
Really?
dude,
No,
you gotta come to Chicago area, and I'll get you the greasiest, fatteningest, most delicious food coma burger. You're like, after that, you might want to book a hotel. You might want to book a hotel for resting.
It will be hit. It'll be hidden in
Not
the
bad
Twinkie,
pizza
though.
there either.
In
Chicago has
Chicago,
some pretty good pizza. Yeah.
Chicago's got great pizza. I live by it. I eat it all the time. I'm gonna actually get pizza after the stream twice, even.
It has good Popeyes too there from your videos, Nick.
Oh, dude, that my Popeyes.
Chicago. I love Pequod's pizza in Chicago.
Oh yeah, I used to live by Pequod's. I used to live right by one.
Legendary. Oh gosh, you can send away for that now.
Yeah, you can. Yeah. Oh god, yeah. When I lived by there at the time, they weren't sending it at the time. Like I'm almost thinking of just ordering one, like having it shipped to me now because I used to get that religiously. Like, every single week I lived in that area, I got pizza every week. Like everyone of the staff knew who I was. So
you're making me hungry. Really, really hungry.
Well, you got to come up to Connecticut and New Haven for pizza. We got the best pizza in the world. Yep. So anyone who comes up that way, let me know.
Toy alert. Did anyone see what Heel retweeted?
Don't cost me more money now.
Oh no, show it. I want to see it. Show us it. Expose it. Come on.
I'm sorry, I missed that. What are we looking at?
A big toy.
I'll wait for Clobberin. I'll wait for Clobberin when he was ready.
I don't think Sentient Dildo is around, is he?
That's scary.
Oh yeah,
that's a big toy.
That's a piece of crap.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a big toy that crap all over it.
Look at that. Look at that. Yeah.
Dude, you're gonna trigger Clobby here.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I'm not
That's
with
cool.
all.
That's what he's doing.
Please don't fire me, Clob. I love you, man. Don't do it. Nick already ate a stick for you. Like, come on.
No, it's good, man. I think we have some breaking news, though.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
They've recast Red Sonja.
Oh, I knew
okay.
this was coming. Oh, fucking
See,
hell.
I segued perfectly. Look, I did it perfectly.
That is important news.
That is important news.
Breaking news.
Speaking of triggering,
This just in.
It still sucks.
Yeah,
Still sucks.
if I could change that, I would to Man of Stool. Sucks, but in news.
Poor
This
Ash.
is it.
I mean, Jed Jr., isn't it? Is it Jed Jr. now?
Well, since Jed's not here, he's now might change. Jed could Ash could change his name to Jed if he wants to.
Is Jed okay?
I don't know.
He's probably sleeping still.
I texted him, but I haven't heard back.
Well,
I told him.
he's been very busy recently with family stuff, so he's probably busy.
Told him last night he wouldn't make it. But,
He's busy, all right. Busy. That Jed.
We're thinking of Jed if you're watching.
Jed, we're thinking of you in every
he
way.
said something though. Steve, I'm sorry. I get dizzy when I try to watch the chat because it's so far away.
Oh, are you like away from your screen when you? My
Well, I'm
arteries
far
are-
away from it because of because of my setup here. It's hard to explain.
Oh, okay. Steve
I have,
Mitchum.
horrible eyesight. I hope that was the right one, Steve. Or maybe it was that one.
That's a good one, yeah.
Including
It causes
heart
a lot of
attack.
our problems, including heart attack, dementia. Well, that explains my dementia, and I don't even have diabetes. I should consider, but I don't.
Dementia? Wait, where
I
am
do
I?
have dementia.
I thought I was an Egyptian Canadian god.
I thought you
You
were
are.
too. What changed? Now
you-
you're cooking
you are,
burgers
aren't
and
you?
Canada?
It's the barbecue and flame, or the inhalation of the barbecue fumes. Yeah, I think I might have burgers tonight for supper.
Whoa,
I'm having barbecue tonight. Yay.
With grilled cheese sandwiches.
We're having Uno's pasta.
Ooh.
Pasta.
Ooh, dude, that sounds amazing. We that's it. We need an eating panel. We'll just talk about what we're eating. We'll get all Randy Marsh about it and cream frige.
By the way, Nick, I'm sorry I interrupt you. I jumped in there. I was so excited because I actually ordered some beers from a Canadian distillery here. They're Wayne Gretzky brews.
Oh, go on.
I figured that would be cool as my
Nice.
as my contribution to the international beerski brewski taste test that we're going to do.
Good, because I
Nice.
now have a full panel for that, including you and Steven here. I officially have a full panel of human beings here. I know Rowan wants in. I know got Fallball in on it.
I think everybody wants in.
Ooh, one of the best cheeseburgers. One of the best cheeseburgers I ever had in my life was at Wayne Gretzky's restaurant in Toronto, and it was an amazing cheeseburger. And then they seared the 99 onto the burger, and it's kitschy, sure, but it was delicious. And they have a roof deck and everything. If you're ever in Toronto, check out Wayne Gretzky. It's amazing.
They shut it down, didn't they?
Really? Yeah, I think it did close down actually. But
Yeah,
go
that's a
Habs
signed
go.
Gretzky right there. If anyone
Go
needs
Habs
one.
go.
Who?
I actually
Nice.
have a Gretzky rookie. It's about 8.5.
This one has no number on it. He didn't sign his number on this card.
Yeah, it's about an 8.5, but it's not signed. But that's pretty awesome.
That is pretty sweet. I'm not
I'm not
gonna
even a
lie.
hockey fan.
I still have. I gave a lot of my hockey cards to my little
hi.
brothers, but
How you
I used to have a ton of them.
Oh, did you want to see it? Is that what you were doing, Bob?
I thought you were. Yeah, I'm just reacting.
All right,
man.
show it again.
But
Show
Thoth,
it again,
I also have. You remember the Oakland Athletics Blue Jays World Series games?
Yep,
I still have
absolutely.
a ticket. I still have a ticket stub from it.
Oh, outstanding!
Oh,
I never got to see the playoff games.
Hello.
Wow.
bro.
I was at Gretzky's last game in New York since I'm a Rangers fan, so I have all the I had to pay the ticket guy. You know, they check you in back then. They ripped the tickets in half. I had to pay him $20 not to rip the ticket. The SOB. I'm like, just don't rip it. I want to save it. It's like,
I love that Venom.
I'm more a Habs fan. I've got I was at Guy Lafleur's last game, the Rangers game, and I got his autograph too. I actually met him. Nice. Him, Jean Beliveau, and the Rocket. They were together at a little get together, and I was a youngster at the time, and my father and mother were both doing the public relations for that trip, and I got a chance to meet them. Yeah, so it was pretty cool.
That'll get us demonetized quick.
Sorry, but no.
This chat is killing you with all these food recommendations.
I think I have some Patrick Waugh cards, Mario Lemieux cards lying around. I don't even play. I still have. Remember when Hostess did the baseball cards, the mini ones and the chips? I still have a bunch of those still in the packaging, like Nolan Ryan, Jose Canseco, Bo Jackson, all that stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
Man, it's crazy to think how enjoyable those sports and those times used to be, whether it was MLB, NHL, NFL. My God. You had all these. It also helped you had the personalities, too. You had the personalities. Besides the good players, you had the personalities. Like, even if you didn't like the guy, like, you all knew who a Mark McGuire was. You knew who a Frank Thomas was. Like, a Nazi Guillen. Like, of course, then you had, like, the Joe Torres of the world on the Yankees. Like, Derek Jeters. Like, David Wells from the Blue Jays. God, I was so mad when he went to the Sox and he ruined everything for the Sox. I was just like, no, you were supposed to be A+. You were a 20-game winner with the Blue Jays. What the frick? And then he was gone. And then he goes back to, I think, Toronto or the Yankees, and then he's good again. I'm like, what?
Oh, God, yeah.
I will say this. So, yeah, I know that we're all chatting and laughing about sports and stuff like that. So one of the proudest moments, a couple of moments of my life was playing on the RCMP hockey team against the Old Timers. We used to do that for charity when I was posted out in British Columbia, and we played on Vancouver Island in Victoria. And so the NHL All-Stars would come over to Vancouver or Victoria, and they played the RCMP team. And I was very lucky to play against people like Steve Shutt and Marcel Dion and Bunny LaRocque and Tiger Williams, and those are some of the greatest moments of my life. It's amazing, you know. I never thought I'd ever feel so good getting beat 10-2 in my life.
They didn't let you win?
Oh God, no! I actually the game we lost 10-2. I scored the 2 goals.
Nice.
Quick story. So I'm in front of the net. I had gotten 2 goals, right, and the crowd loves it, because the NHL say they give us a hard time. They just skate all over us, and so I played center, and I was I'm like 5'9", 170 pounds, right, and so I'm not a big guy. So I'm skating across in front of Bunny LaRocque, Michel LaRocque, the old Habs goaltender, and I'm skating across, heading towards the crease and waiting to get a pass from the corner from my buddy, right? And so I'm sitting there, and I'm just coming across, and bang! Next thing I know, I see stars, and I'm looking up at the lights, and the crowd is going wild, and I'm like in this absolute pain, right? I'm like, oh my God, it's like I just got hit by a truck. Well, I like struggle up. I drop the gloves. You know, we wouldn't actually fight, but we would like push each other, and the crowd would love it. I drop the gloves and I look up, and it's Tiger Williams. And if you know anything about hockey, he was like Chris Nyland. He was a bruiser back in the 90s, and I'm like, Williams. Can I pick my gloves up? Because he had just cross-checked me in the back of the neck, right, like in the back and right on the numbers, cross-checked. And I looked up and I went. So I leaned over and I started picking the gloves up, and the crowd loved it. And I sit there and I'm like, this is freaking Tiger Williams. Like, he's got like no teeth. He's this big goon. He's about 5 feet taller than me and about 200 pounds heavier. And I'm thinking, well, I don't think I'm going to win this fight, boys. So afterwards, he arrested him. That's right. Afterwards, he comes over and he buys me a beer, right? And I was like, oh, hey, this is great. And we got chatting, right? And he's like, kid, he's a kid, right? And I was like 25 at the time, and he goes, kid, I actually thought we were going to go there, and I went, man, it would have been one punch and that's it. And I think, I might be able to handle the bad guys, but man, you're a big guy, and we had a few laughs, and that was one of the. It's funny because playing against some great players, but my big memory was going toe to toe with Tiger Williams. So
well, just so everyone knows. He's the NHL. He's the NHL's career leader in penalty minutes. Just for career leader.
Oh, yeah. And of course, Red Kelly was refereeing, right? So Red Kelly comes over and he kind of looks and said, "No, that was a clean hit." And I was like, "What the?" Oh, gee.
Wow. That's a great story. A great story.
Indeed, yeah, absolutely.
Thanks, man.
Makes me miss football. Makes me miss all the sports since they're all turned to garbage now.
Oh, I know, Bobby. I hear you. I mean, I grew up watching like videos of like the old school like Bears and the Unitas eras. Actually, I went to a convention. Unitas and Butkus are both there. Actually,
man, wow.
Yeah, oh yeah, dude. No,
Johnny, you buddy.
Oh, he was so tall. Like I had to look up, and there he was in the sky, like somewhere there he was. And Unitas, I talked to Unitas too. What a dude!
God, dude.
Oh yeah, I did that.
The granddaddy of the position, greatest quarterback ever, in my opinion. I love Johnny U.
Yeah, the Ice Bowl. Then that was when they before the Super Bowl was the NFL championship. That was when football was football. It wasn't tag football like the way it is nowadays. These guys were monsters. Yeah. Straight monsters. And I've had people like, oh, but all the injuries. And yeah, I'm like, every guy I've talked to, whether it's United, say, oh, and they've all had their long-term injuries. They said they would all do it all over again. That's passion in my eyes.
Love of the game. That's what. Love of the game.
Actual love of the game. Man, I miss that passion.
Hey, look, like I said, after 50 years of following and loving my team, the NFL finally chased me away. And now I just start on YouTube watching watching the old NFL film stuff, watching, there's a channel there that I'm addicted to that puts the old This Week in the NFL up from every week. It used to come out back when that was how you got your NFL news. It was a syndicated show, and it's got all that. I'm watching 1980 now every week, every season, and I'm watching them going, God, I'm so old. I remember most of these players, and I watched a lot of these games, and I just love it. I love everything about NFL films was pure art.
They felt like actual movies in themselves.
And they have full games, but they did. But they have full games. So people put the old games from the 60s and 70s and 80s on. I'll sit there and watch one, just full games. Yeah.
I have a question to ask you guys. Do you remember the baseball strike that happened way back when?
Oh, 94.
Yep. Oh, yeah, when we won 2 World Series back to back. Do you think that's the day baseball died for people actually caring anymore?
A lot of people.
I think it's a good start. I think you're right, Fat Steven. That was a tough time for the Expos too, because the Expos could have won the World Series that year. The Montreal Expos.
Yeah. Sox had a great record that year too. The White Sox had were in first place in the American League. Oh, I remember because I was 7. I remember very vividly. My dad was watching those games in '94 like religiously. And then I remember, like, he became like a totally different person once the strike happened. Like, not in a personal way, he was mean to me, but the way he saw baseball, he totally became a different person. And I was just like, and I remember hearing the word strike. I remember being my 7-year-old mind thinking, what's a strike? What's going on? And I learned later on, like 5 years later, I'm like, wow, that's really crappy.
Well, the Yankees had a really good team that year. The Yankees were in first place in the East. They were looking at 70 wins, so that was the year everyone thought Mattingly was going to finally,
My dad used to take us to the games down at the Sky Dome when it was still called Sky Dome, and he would spend money on the beer and we would watch the games. And when after the strike happened, no more games. And I think the World Series was their last game. They just didn't care anymore. It wasn't worth the price because you could see it across the board with sports. You already get paid millions. You want more, like. No.
Yeah, no, that cut it for my dad. My dad, he came from the 1977 Southside Hitman, the 1983 winning Ugly phases, born right around the 1959 Go-Go Sox. So for him to that was an emotional thing, to be several decades invested into a team, and just to see that it changed everything. It was like baseball's version of One More Day. Really, it was.
Shit, man.
Yeah.
And no World Series too. Yeah, no World.
That's right.
Yeah, no World Series.
For
me,
been
strikes. Yeah.
Yeah, for me, it was mostly it's a Red Sox. I've always been a lifelong huge Red Sox fan, but I love the Jays, and I really love the Expos. And so when they left they left and took their franchise elsewhere. I was pretty upset, but I'd always been a Red Sox fan, and yeah, I think that. And I was a long-suffering Red Sox fan until the last 20 years, but I think that you're right, Fat Steven. I think you're absolutely right. I think that was the first step. It's like looking at us for the dark age of comic books too in the 90s. I think a lot of things changed in the 90s where it was more important to have money and to be this self-importance that got inundated in our culture, whereby everybody was so much more important than what they were representing, when it wasn't as important to what was on the front of your jersey, but it became what was more important on the back of your jersey. It was what was more important written on the cover of the comic, not what was in the comic. I think that's happened throughout culture. That's that self-importance that everybody has, that sense of entitlement, that not just artists, writers, whether it's musicians, athletes, everybody, where it's all about the almighty dollar, not creating good art or not creating good sports. And I think you're absolutely right, Fat Steven. That is a deep philosophical question to ask, if that was really the dawn of the end.
Dude, this is
that was
simple,
the beginning, because you have also the steroids, and then you also had the God, what was it that? Oh, when A-Rod was at the time like the first guy to skyrocket his contract when he joined the Texas Rangers. You remember that? At the time, that was like a huge deal. He's scheduled like at the time it was way up there. I don't know how much the number's been matched since, but in around 2001, everyone's like, I've never seen a player ask for so much money to transition to a team, because he went from the Yankees to Rangers. It was like some $123 million contract at the time, and a lot of people saw the greed on that. Thoth. I mean, between the greed, the steroids, and the strike, and now you take wokeness, bro. It's a perfect storm of trying to push away everybody.
Good point.
Dude, is this easy? You cannot elevate someone to a point where they have to always look down. No matter what you do, no matter what you are, they are always looking down, because we set them in those positions. You know, a good athlete is a good athlete. It's not a king. It doesn't deserve the treatment of a king. It may deserve the treatment of a good sportsman, but nothing else. Now we have these people almost as gods, and we overpay them, we overpraise them, we give them everything they want, and then we ask for something and they say no, because it's not supposed to be that way. A god is not supposed to look down upon the mortals and help them. It's supposed to look shiny on the top, and that's what we have created on movies, on everything.
Yeah, good point, Pablo. Yeah,
and the games are so expensive now too. You know, it's family could go to a game before maybe $100, $150. Now it's like, you know, $800 to go to a game. So you know, in the 90s, you could go sit in the bleachers at Yankee Stadium for $5 or $8, and then maybe a ticket was $10. So yeah, I mean, if you were frugal, you could at least get your kids into the ballpark. But now it's like you got to mortgage your house to get in. And then, like you said, the players are not all of them, but you know, it's not as friendly as it was before. And you know, everything is corporate. And you know, LT, your point too, maybe the internet started, as much as there's great things with the internet, but that's really when the internet took off too, in the 90s. And then MLB turned the other cheek, and you had steroid ball, and maybe after the strike, that was probably, you know, they kind of turned the other way maybe too, to get, you know, everyone was get interested in the game again. So, and then you have all the, you know, these idiots on Twitter and social media that make statements, and you don't want to watch them play either. You know, it
programs your mind. You're like, well, this guy's acting this way, and you know that the two things are separate, but it's just like, it's one of those things where once you see it, you can't unsee or hear it. Mark D, you hear it and see it, and you're like, it causes your sense of watching it to die down, because like, this guy just rants on Twitter all day. Why am I supporting this guy?
Yeah, I mean, if you're a police officer, how would you feel going to see LeBron James play? I mean, after that's LeBron James.
The whiny victim.
Trigger!
No,
I think he's an idiot. He's an overpaid idiot with an IQ less than Gomer. I think that
LeBron James.
like he's like Forrest Gump level intelligence here. Like I think he's just an idiot and he doesn't know what he's saying. He's just doing it to just stir up problems because of where he's from. I think that we've seen this throughout culture. And when I say culture, I'm not just being very specific to pop culture. I think that's what's going on. Look at theaters are the same way. That's a very good point. I think that Mark D with a C, you hit it right on the head because you're looking at how much it costs to a ball game. Well, how much does it cost to go to a movie? You take your family to a movie. Concessions are ridiculous because theaters can't survive based on most of that money going back to the whoever owns that movie and paying for adult pretenders who make, $10-15 million a movie. Now, I know that Latino Slant will say that hardworking actors out there are truly hardworking actors. They're good people and they do their best for getting a pittance of their salary. Absolutely, I agree with what he would say. But you also have to consider that the big dogs out there, the ones who are making all the money, like Iron Man and Captain America and Scarlett Johansson, right? You've got those actors out there that are making $20 million a picture, which is why everything is so expensive. So
okay, but at least Robert Downey Jr. and Scarlett Johansson will work out, will try to be in the character. Then you have Brie Larson that earns a lot of money for doing absolutely nothing and then going and spouting whatever she wants, insulting whoever she wants, and that's that. She never acts like a superhero at any moment for no reason.
Actors just need to learn to keep their mouth shut and keep their politics to themselves and just do their job. You don't see me going out on social media spouting my politics because that's my business. If you
go to a political event, you are allowed to speak about your politics. If you are going to a premiere, if you are going to a premiere to talk with your public and you insult half of your public or 1/3 or whatever, you are insulting everybody in the room because everybody will feel it.
Let me tell you a little secret that if I go out there and start spouting my politics, my boss sends me an email and says you will be in my office tomorrow at 0800 hours, and we will discuss the fact that you have to keep your mouth shut when it comes to politics because I represent a large organization. My politics stay my politics. It's private. I don't publicize that. I think that what these big corporations and companies and groups need to start doing is having a policy within the contracts for these people that you keep your politics to yourself, you keep your mouth shut, you do your job. You're representing a bigger group than yourself. You're representing a multi-billion-dollar corporation, and we don't need politics to come out there ruining everything that's going on out there.
Yes.
The thing is, I think with the rich, especially celebrities, and how much money they get, they eventually become bored. So they think just because they're a shit ton of money and they're sitting around their mansions, they have a right to preach, tell, and talk to the lower class. I'm going to say lower class because that's what it is. Like if it's the working class, the poor class, because they think they can. But they're doing this behind a pile of money, a pile of status, but don't do anything to share that to help the ones in need. So all they do is preach, and we're tired of hearing preaching. Yes. You're a professional pretender. You are nothing more than that.
Exactly.
Okay. They feel guilty too. I think that's part
of
the reason.
It goes beyond that. These companies sell you that Latin American countries are important and everything. Then whenever they are supposed to bring those movies here, they try to overprice them. They try to oversell whatever they are doing. And then when we don't have the money to buy them, they treat us like garbage. And I mean it. Warner Brothers just finished doing physical media because you know what? They don't think they can sell it. If they sell it to a proper price in Latin America, they will. They don't want to. It's just that simple. So these companies that say how much important is everything about Latinos and about this and that, they don't even care. They do nothing to better the conditions on those countries. If my country gets a way to properly buy things from the US, that's something that Disney can handle because they are loving to get people different genders instead of getting people here what they want. They have the money to do that. Why don't they use it to just try to get an avenue for us to get the things we want to buy instead of telling us we are scum.
I just
that
think
is so true.
I think at the same
I
time.
made an
Go ahead.
I did
Raymond.
a open letter to these idiots, both sports and actors, one time, and I just, unfortunately, with my job, I have to be very careful.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
but we're at the point now where I think the bet someone is really thirsty.
Is that Nick?
Is that you, Nick?
I think that's Nick.
I would have admitted if it was me.
But
I
you know
wish
how,
it was me.
You know how we always seem to talk about the same type of stuff? You know what we gotta start doing? Don't talk about it anymore. We've talked about this so much, and we're at the point now where we just keep repeating the same stuff, but it's not changing anything. I think we have to start ignoring them, focusing on the independent creators that are still maintaining the value of everything, not listening to the rich, keeping them feeling irrelevant. You got to put them back in that irrelevant category. Let them have their films. Let them do what they're paid to do. Act as someone else and provide an entertainment medium. No more. This is why I try. Anyone, I think, should at least try it once. If you're going to talk about a lot of negative things always happening every day, like the way Twitter has everything in your face, you got to remember to balance it with the positive stuff. Open up with the positive stuff, because by the time you get all those endorphins in from laughing and having a good time, when you start focusing on the negative stuff, you can come at it from a satire point of view without it making you feel like you are losing yourself to the anger of letdown. I think we have to not detach ourselves from the expectations of hoping for something better, but detach ourselves from the expectations that we're going to be let down.
Yeah, you're right, man.
Yeah.
No, you're right, and that I agree, Steven. I mean, even though yes, we've had a good conversation, I feel like it was a nice one to talk about what's going on in sports, so we understand where it all comes from universally. But yeah, it is something I've definitely tried to take take away from for the most part on my live panels. Like obviously, like I've talked about Invincible because I've enjoyed it. And on my comic book streams, every now and then I'll have like a roast, but then after that, it's for another 3 to 4 weeks. It's something fun. Like I did a comic book showcase on the art. We do stuff like that, or you talk about a current book that we like The Last Ronin from the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, that's great. But Nick, I want to ask you one question though.
Yeah,
everyone here on the panel right now, everyone in the chat right now. From this show, what is the one thing everyone's going to remember? Nick having sexual intercourse with a Twinkie. That's pretty much all we're going to remember from this whole show, though.
That's a good
the funny
thing.
part. You know what I mean? No, that's the memory of. Then they're going to look about how it got there and what happened after. So, you do something great, and everyone here has done something great. Thoth is just everywhere. Like everyone here has done something great to contribute. You know what I mean? You're just weird.
I'm everywhere. I'm like Eric K.
Yeah, that's true. I honestly think eventually I want to get a lot of the mods we see ever, like Chris Persia, Eric K, and have them come on. Not like on your channel, but any channel, and just get to know them because they do so much behind the work.
Yes.
Modding. Actually, Eric K has jumped on to Foul Ball Productions streams every now and then when we do the Friday night drinking binge.
I'll see you there tomorrow, Thoth.
Yeah, he's been great.
On a good note, you guys know Tim Myers, right? The guy who looks like Kylo Ren, right? He got his YouTube channel. He got his YouTube channel back today.
Good.
Tim
Myers.
Nice. He got his channel back today.
What had happened with his channel?
Good. What happened?
It got taken away or something. I don't know the full story because I didn't remember, but he told me he got his channel back today.
Good, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
By the way, you're all towels.
You're a towel.
Absolutely.
You're a towel.
I'd like to think that the age of people. I'd like to think that the age of people worshiping celebrities is coming to an end.
Oh, I'm there, man. I'm there.
How vacuous and self-absorbed so many of them are. Yeah, exactly. The naked ballot thing, that commercial, that I can't even. I don't want to picture Chris Rock naked.
In all honesty, everybody is kind of self-absorbed. I mean, it's very hard to do stuff like Fat Steven. There's been a few channels like Jed has done some stuff where we've gone back to the community and we've said these people need our help. So we need to talk to them. We need, you've been flooded out. You've lost everything. This is, we're all here to come together in solidarity and help people out. And that's great because that's what this kind of group should really be, our fine-knit family that we have. I want to say that what's happening in pop culture is also happening in other cultures. We notice that just from our conversation here. Sports is obviously having some problems. The same thing, the same kind of problems. So it's kind of prevalent throughout society what's going on. I think that a large group of kind of people who just want to go about their day, they want to do their jobs, they want to enjoy some pop culture, they want to enjoy some sports, they don't want politics involved, but it's the small vocal minority that are making these radical changes within our framework that we're looking at every day. I'm just hoping that things are changing. What you guys said several minutes ago about we're just going to start ignoring them, like Fat Steven, what you said about, you know what, I'm just not going to go anymore. And that's already started. I haven't gone to a movie in a couple of years, and not just because of COVID. I'm getting tired of supporting those kind of facilities and those kind of political extremes. I'm just pretty conservative. I just want to stay home. I just want to enjoy pop culture. I just want to work hard, do my thing, and relax at the end of the day.
Yep. I hear you, dude. Hear you big time.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to preach out. I do apologize, but I just think I'm tired of that's why older media is so fucking fun, man. I've met and got to know so many more people just by discussing things we loved and grew up with, or whether it's food, beer, like anything. And TV doesn't do that. I don't turn on my TV even to watch the weather anymore. It sits there. I can hear it crying at night. It's YouTube and not Twitch, because Twitch has its own problems right now, purple platform stuff, okay, that, but everyone's personality has a way of gravitating another personality. It seems to flow like a river.
Yes.
But we're not trying to be celebrities. We're just trying to be heard. Celebrities are trying to force what they want to say, but they have no actual relevance to those provocations. Sure, some do work hard. Some in real Hollywood do bust their ass every day, and they want to just do it because they love it. But it's the ones with the big mouths and the big paychecks that don't seem to realize that.
And they're the ones ruining it for everybody.
Keep your mouth shut.
And they're the ones ruining it for everybody, because we hear from them the most, and when we hear from them the most, it pushes us away. And that it hurts the little actors who are actually working hard and not talking about these things. They're killing their own industry, but they think they're not, or they just don't care that they are, because they say, well, if this thing goes down, I'm not going to suffer from it, so who cares?
They don't even understand it, man. They have all the money, they spend all the money, then they are bankrupt, and they don't understand how. Well, you overuse money, that's how it works. These people don't have this concept because they have so much. They can even fathom that is limited, that they will run out of money, they will run out of luck, they will run out of clout. One day, people will not care anymore.
And you're right, Pablo. But Pablo, we all have to remember one thing. These people think that clout, popularity is a real thing. It's not even a standard. It's a construct of what we made, because
they think it's a currency.
They're trying to be the superhero that they play rather than be the superhuman they can be.
Yeah. I used to do that too when I was 7 years old.
Yeah, me too. Then I fell off the roof.
Yep.
Preach it.
You know, I love Hannah John Kamen. Her run Killjoys was some of the best sci-fi that I've seen in this decade. I loved her, but she is not Red Sonja. I'm sorry. She's like 5'5" and like 100 pounds, and a woman of color. That's not a casting that I think is conducive to good relations with your fans out there who love Red Sonja. And absolutely, I missed out on the big conversation you had with Andre and Tom earlier, and I think that's kind of what links back to what we're all talking about, right? We're talking about how, are they doing this on purpose, or are they actually doing this to push their agenda? I have a hard time believing that the corporate offices, who are a commercially run corporation, believe that this is going to get them money. Do they think they're going to drag in a new audience to watch this stuff? You want to target your fans first. You want to target your 80% of your audience, which is going to bring in the money, because those are the people who are going to go. They're going to bring their wife. They're not going to bring their kids to this, because I want an R-rated Red Sonja. I want an R-rated Conan. I want the testosterone-driven male gaze from the 80s. Those are the movies you want to draw. If you're going to bring this into it. If she's going to portray that kind of a character, well, okay, maybe I'll go see it. But I'm pretty sure she's not going to be playing an R-rated Red Sonja with boobs and gore and beheadings and sword fights and barbarism and everything. Like that's the stuff that we want in this kind of a genre. We don't want the politics being spouted at us again, and that's exactly what this casting sends that signal to all of us who are fans of this genre and who've read those books and those magazines and those comics. That is telling us that, yeah, you know what? You've been a fan for 50 years, but we're going to go this way now. Okay, goodbye.
They're trying to dictate what age group can enjoy what. It's literally dictatorship at this point. They're trying to dictate what age you're allowed to enjoy things and what age you should give them up. It doesn't work like that. We grew up with these things because we had an attachment to them. We had family, we had friends either we watched with it that are long past gone, that have deceased. They're our last memories. At the same time, we're trying to share why we love them with the older content and seeing how it is related to the newer content. But if the newer content keeps absorbing the older stuff with insults and not following even the baseline of what the message of it was created for, you're just beating the dead horse with the licorice. You're not getting anything done because the horse is already dead and you're just wasting a licorice.
That's right.
Or
right,
Slim
Nick?
Jim.
He's wasting his licorice by beating the dead horse with it.
I think he's beating more than just a dead horse.
Or Slim Jim.
Or is he beating his licorice? He might be beating that licorice.
I wouldn't waste red licorice, but maybe black licorice.
Oh, I'd waste.
Oh, sorry, was that racist?
Red?
I'm sorry.
But the red licorice, bro, especially if it's got the fruit filling on the inside. Oh, the fruit filling, man. Now
no calories there, right? It's licorice. There's no calories.
I'm pro high calories. The same way I'm pro gluten. I mean, I'm a glutenizer.
What fillings are they putting in licorice now? I remember the plain.
Dude, it's like a fruit filling. Like you take a bite, and all of a sudden you see that squish pop right out, and you're just like, bro, it becomes Donkey and Diddy Kong at first bite, and then you're just all in, man. Every fiber of your being just dives in and goes for a swim.
Wow, deep cut Donkey Kong.
Does anyone else think Nick has like a bathtub that's just full of tomato sauce and pepperoni, and when he gets off, he just dives in it every night?
And look how skinny he says too. I'm serious. He must go after he does his streams where he's eating food. He must go out back and put his finger down his throat because I don't know how he can stay so skinny.
You want to know something funny? Do you remember when the McChicken was brand new at McDonald's?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness, that was a long time ago.
Brace yourself. I got so obsessed with it, it started becoming a habit of getting that sandwich every single day. So by the time I kept going there every single day for it, but I think it was probably around day 20 of going there, they started having them ready right when I got there, and then it became the McDonald's streak. And I had 66 straight days of McChickens. And some days it would be like a McChicken with like McNuggets. Sometimes it would be a McChicken with a burger, or sometimes it'd be a McChicken with a burger and fries. Or sometimes
you make me want to have a McChicken now. I don't know,
dude. It was an amazing streak, and the only reason why I didn't get to day 67 because this is at the time when I was still in like a stoner phase, and we just got too baked on the couch outside the backyard. We're like, okay, we gotta go get my day 67. We're like, okay, we'll go there in 20 minutes. And then I closed my eyes. I woke up. It was the next day. I'm like, no, I missed day 67. And so
what's the best chicken sandwich ever that you've had?
Ooh, Chick-fil-A.
That's for everybody here. That's for
I'm sorry. The KFC crispy spicy. I'm not gonna lie, I love that sandwich.
That new KFC sandwich I did a video for, dude. That was actually good, man. That was actually
1,000 calorie sandwich. Is that the 1,000?
I have no idea what
you
that
have
means.
to. You have to tell them to like put light sauce, otherwise they drench it and it spoils the chicken because you're overflowing with the spice of the sauce.
See, that's
because
what
it's very
I want.
powering. Yeah,
I want powering sauce. I want my sauce to be powered.
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, but then they got to figure a way to cook the chicken and put the sauce in between the chicken and then fry it up again.
What was that, Ray?
Me hungry.
Ray, were you saying something?
Yeah, Chick-fil-A for me.
I second that.
Is there just a regular sandwich? I've never been to Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, regular Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, the Chick-fil-A standard sandwich. Yep.
Yeah, pretty good.
That's pretty good. Yep. Or
I think Popeyes one is good though.
Popeyes is good. Yep, and I do a lot. I have a smoker in the backyard, so I think my homemade chicken sandwich is the best. Or like I've cooked whole chickens on campouts for people to smoke them, and they're like, I've never had chicken taste this good in my whole life. How the heck did you do this? Like, well, you got to smoke it.
Nice.
So, and they
That
just
sounds good.
just because it's so juicy because it does it's in the smoker, and it's like the best chicken and best ribs. And so if you don't have a smoker, get one for the summer. Yep. Highly recommended.
Oh yeah, smokers are good.
Yep.
I love how we just got back into food again.
Sorry, that was my fault.
and for Labor Day, we'd cook. I have a pig roasting. If we're talking food, cacciatina, and so I'd cook a whole pig for end of the summer. Big party. Of course, couldn't do it last summer, but that's always a highlight. End of the summer, and you have a big pig roast. So that's a fun time too.
Indeed.
Whole pig is the way to go.
Well, I'm going to start wrapping it up now, my friend.
All
We've been on
right.
for a good while now, and I just cannot thank you all enough.
And we're all hungry now, right? We all got to get
I gotta go get some pizza.
I'm glad I joined in. This was a great chat, guys. Thank you for letting me to chat with you guys.
I appreciate it, Dolphin. Sorry I couldn't. I mean, this thing is. I didn't see you down there for a while there, brother. I'm sorry about that, bud.
No, man. You never have to apologize to me unless you're Canadian.
I'm sorry. 2004.
I'm gonna go around
take responsibility.
I'm gonna go around the horn here, and Thought. You're not doing much with the channel yet, but please say your last words and promote your new channel that you do have.
That's right. Well, thanks, CLOBBY, for sending me the invite. I loved listening to you guys while I was plugging away catching bad guys earlier this afternoon. I think that this is a great channel, that you're up and coming. I think every single person you had on the panel today is an amazing addition to the group, and the Global Geek Gang is really starting to take off. I've heard it talked about on Robert Meyer Burnett's channel. I've heard it talked about in Gary at Nerdrotic, even Doomcock. Absolutely. They've mentioned you, and this is what's so awesome about all this and about this big extended family we have. So everybody in the chat, thank you for participating and being a part of this. It's always fun to talk about stuff in the chat and making fun of the panelists. So now that I'm actually on the panel, I guess I really have to say that's very naughty of you. We shouldn't make fun of the panelists until I'm back in the chat again.
Oh, stop.
Oh, man.
Right.
But
I did not know that about the chat, people mentioning me.
Well, when you have such a bunch of group of people on here, it's hard to keep an eye on the chat. So that's what Eric K and Chris Persia, Mark D with a C, all of us that are there with the wrenches and we're keeping an eye on things. But I'll be honest, we never really have a problem with your channel because I think everybody that's here wants to be here, including all these great panelists. Thank you, guys and gals earlier for being a part of this. And Purple Valkyrie, too, was out there in the chat today. And Raquel loved the Saturday night Star Trek stuff. I wish I could stay up past 2 o'clock in the morning, but
I got you, buddy. I hear you, man.
It's good time. So thank you for letting me be a part of it.
Anytime, brother. You are a solid Silver Surfer member of the Global Geek Gang, brother, and we appreciate you, man.
Well, thank you. I guess that makes you Galactus.
That is
Nick is Galactus eating everything.
Myself He's mad at
accurate.
Does that make me fat like this? Is that
Batman. You're Batman.
I will punch you, sir.
I made you Batman. You didn't see the picture?
I have a piggy squat in the net.
Look right here.
No, Nick is Matter Eater Lad. I think.
Totally.
I changed Nick to Spidey because he's a Spidey fan.
But I would have settled, just so you know.
You're right there. Look, you're Batmite.
Batmite. Good choice.
Where? I don't even see me.
In the lower right-hand corner.
Next to the
broken
Enterprise.
We're fucking broken.
X01.
I'm Scarlet Spider, man. Come on.
You like? Well, see, I didn't know who your favorite character was, so I just figured he's a Batmite guy.
You want to hear something messed up? My favorite character is actually a toss between Scarlet Spider and Morph.
Morph.
I was not aware of that, sir. But there you go.
Morph is a character that's very underrated, but he's also one that suffered a lot of trauma.
I never was a big Ben Reilly guy personally, but yeah, I know a lot of people were fans of Scarlet. So there you go. Let's see. Next, of course, we have our great friend Pablo. Pablo, do you have a channel, sir? Because I didn't see one. I didn't see one listed for you. But I was wrenching for Polly.
Actually,
so I got your Twitter up here.
I have the Geek Tropology channel, and I have Midnight Edge en español, which we are doing with. Yep.
Oh, do you have it linked on your Twitter? Because I got a Twitter link in there for anyone to go find.
Yes, give me a second, and I'll give you the Midnight Edge español.
Okay, that's right. So anyway, say your final words, sir, and plug, please.
Yeah, guys, just enjoy, seek for new and funnier stuff. Try to do things your own way, and it is what it is, man. We have a lot of wokosos, we have a lot of wokeness going around, but that doesn't mean we are over. We are still here. We are doing our own things. We are doing Comicsgate. Some people are starting to do actual TV productions, and that is what will save the day.
Yep, absolutely.
It's in the chat, by the way.
In the private chat there.
Yep.
All right. Okay. I'll get it. Let's see here. Gotta find it. Oh, okay. There we go. All right. Again, but there's this Twitter link, everyone. And let's see. It's gonna take me a second.
No.
Where is it?
Where is the link?
Where's the link? There you go. That's Tweeter. Twitter.
It takes me a second to get to it, man. My computer.
Oh, you're good, buddy. You're good.
Oh, that's Midnight Edge Espanol, everyone. Please go check that out. That is a new and upcoming channel. Of course, we had two of the great Midnight's Edgers on earlier. We had Andre and Tom joined us earlier. By the way, I want to make sure we shout them out before I forget. My memory. I cannot thank them enough. I am absolutely so honored that they were here. And eventually, I'll get that in my regular description thing put up eventually there, Pablo. But yes, there you go. Midnight's Edge Espanol, and we appreciate you being here, part of the Global Geek Gang. Pablo, sir, you're the man, buddy. And
everybody, thank you for your time. Thank you, man. You're doing great.
We appreciate you, buddy. Let's see here. The great Mark D with a C, of course. What you got going on, man? I know you have a channel in your stream, bud.
Yep, got a new channel. So thanks to everyone who's subscribed to that, and almost up to 50 now, which is great. All right. So I had a video the other day on Micronauts, Galactic Warrior, how to fix that figure, paint it, and bring him back to life after 40 plus years. So check that out. And just glad to be part of this great panel. I got to hear about LT almost getting in a fight with one of the most famous goons all time of hockey. I got to see a Twinkie and a Slim Jim, and won't say anything else about that. But
I hear him
and we got Andre and Tom, and got to talk about comics and Red Sonja and Arnold Schwarzenegger, who of course the running joke with all my buddies was my dad was Swiss and he sounded like Arnold. So everywhere I went, it was like my friends would be like making fun of my dad, like, "Mark, get to work. Mark, move sheet right." I'm not doing the accent right, but
get to the chopper.
Get to the chopper. So my dad sounded like Arnold Schwarzenegger. So that was, so hopefully I don't think the movie will be good, but that holds a place in my heart. But appreciate the invite and being on and joining this great Global Geek Gang. It's been fantastic. So thank you.
We appreciate you, buddy. Thank you so much, man, for being in all you do.
Thank you.
Let's see here. The great Fat Steven Seagal, a.k.a. Batmite.
I'm sorry. What was that?
You don't like your name now, man?
Clobberin, man, thank you. I didn't even know it was part of the Global Geek Gang. I didn't even know. But
you are, man.
Thank you, man. You guys have a great community. Everyone seems to be connected when we were crossing roads, and I don't want to preach anymore, man. I just have fun. Thank you for giving me an hour or so just to have fun with you guys.
Well, I appreciate you, man.
We need more of this, man. I think you guys have a good format, and as long as Nick keeps up his food fetishes, we'll have a great show. It's just gonna be awesome.
I like the gym. I like the gym. I have to top myself for next week. Now I got.
Oh no, you don't. Now you can try to stick a Twinkie inside a Slim Jim and see how that goes.
Absolutely, man. We appreciate you.
Thank
bud.
you to your
Appreciate you,
chat. Thank you to your chat. Appreciate you guys as well.
Our great buddy Raymond Feliciano. I'm getting that link, dude. My link. I'm having trouble with my link here, man.
Man, there he is.
That was me.
Yeah.
There you go. I'm gonna get the link back up there.
Okay.
I don't know why it keeps going out of my stupid place where I keep my links. So hang on a second. I gotta go find it again.
Ooh, books.
2 books. He's now author of 2 books, huh?
Yep. Don't have a channel, but got books.
You got books.
Well, who needs a channel when you have books, man? You don't need.
True.
You don't need no stinking channel.
This
You
one
don't
is.
need no channel.
This one's out.
Yeah. There we go. Let's see here. All right, I'm having a little trouble with my computer here, but hello, computer.
Yes,
Here
I
is
have
the
lens
link.
flare.
Yeah. There we go, everyone. There is the.
This is
There is the link.
This is from Fet from. This cover is from Fet for Hire.
He's excellent, isn't he? That's amazing.
Yes, go check out. Go check him out. That's amazing stuff.
He's oh yeah, incredible stuff there.
Yep. And Clob, thanks for having me on the channel. It's always a fun time. It's always a fun time. I enjoy interacting with you guys. You guys are a great bunch of guys. The violation of a Twinkie is something I'll probably never.
See, look, everyone's really remembering that.
We got Nick traumatizing everybody.
Hey, I wonder if Spurpy, Nick, though, is Spurpy's going to result from that?
We'll find out, man.
Yes.
I hope not. I don't think he knows what that is. You have to explain it.
Oh, yeah.
Might be a new one on Nick.
Is that
what happens on Saturday Night Trek stays on Saturday Night Trek.
Good one, Ash.
Absolutely.
Thanks a lot, guys.
But before we get to our next one, I want everyone to know that the wonderful Purple Valkyrie, who is in the chat, I was so lucky to be on your show yesterday with you. So honored to be on there. And I appreciate you, Purple. And again, she was invited on today. She couldn't make it, I guess, but I'm glad you're out there. We love you, Purple, and please go to her channel. It's an amazing channel that she does every day, every other day. I think. I know she's on tomorrow. I'm pretty sure. So, and I believe that would be 10 p.m. Central for her show tomorrow. The a.m. Sorry, in the morning. But please rise and shine with the wonderful Purple Valkyrie. We love you, Purple. It's always great to see you.
She has one of the biggest hearts out there, and she's
the best.
She's amazing.
No, absolutely. We love you, Purple. Let me see here whom we have next. We have, of course, our good buddy, the great Ed O'Sullivan. Brother, I know you have a channel, but I never can find it. You're going to have to get me that link, Ed.
I will when I figure out how to do it. Like, I can do it.
Send it to me later on Twitter if you could, at least.
I will.
And I'll get it in. I'll get it permanently in my description down there after you do that. If you could, bro.
Cool. And then thank you once again for having me on and all the Geek Talk. This is a great panel. A great way to spend time with some really cool people. This is like the coffee table of YouTube. And we just talk about the good stuff. This is like the old days.
Oh, God, yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's so much fun.
Great conversations. And remember, hail lobster. Clean your room.
Oh, yeah, man.
Best t-shirt ever.
I know, right?
That is great, man. That is fantastic.
And I have just gratitude and thanks for you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, buddy. I really appreciate you, man. We love having you here on the Global Geek Gang. You are on the team, man.
That must be a Boston shirt, is it? That's a Boston shirt.
Indeed. And now, I promise you, everyone, he doesn't traumatize everybody all the time. Just once in a while. The great 32 flavors on Neckwiser, buddy.
Hail, guys. This has been a very memorable panel for obvious reasons. I hope the panelists and the chat had fun. I know you guys saw things that you can't unsee, but just remember, it's about the memory that you live with. Just so you're going to look back at time, like, you remember the time when Nick did that? That was awesome. Anyways, I have the socials at Nick Weiser. Mine's Twitter, Instagram at Nick Weiser. I have a channel, 32 Flavors of Nick Weiser. I have the Xflix and Toad Latino slant tonight. I have a pizza video coming up in the next 24 hours. And I love ranting about pop culture and do live streams as well. And please sub to my channel because I know you will find something that you like. One or if not all. Thank you, Clobby. It's been awesome. I can't wait to do this again next week. Glad to be a member.
Thank you, buddy.
Excellent. Thank you.
We appreciate you. We love you, my brother. You are a great member of this community and this gang, buddy. And he has a great channel. Please, there's this link. Everyone, please go. If you have not already, please go subscribe to and support my good friend Nick. And last but not least, the only one who made it today from the original 4, as they are, of the Global Geek Gang. He is a great friend of the show and a great buddy all around and a great guy. He is Esh Singh, buddy.
He's okay.
Wow, what an intro. Well, you can find me at Ash Singh on my own personal channel here on YouTube, as well as Twitter and Instagram. And I'm here every Thursday on the Global Geek Gang, as well as I do a show with the great Mark C, Retro Dicky, and Jed on Sundays, where we'll have our show with a bunch of other great people at the Pop Culture Archivists. So you can find us there. And I'm usually in the chat on Saturday Night Trek on Clobby's channel, writing my epics as reviews.
Did you start writing yet?
No, yet.
He's working on it.
I want the reverse Esh cut.
The reverse Esh cut.
The reverse? Whoa.
Yeah. He's got to count from 6. He's got to
Now
count
gets
down from
spicier by the
16 to
minute.
1.
Yeah. But yeah, that's sort of it for me.
Well, we appreciate you, buddy. Again, here's both you, Retro, Jed, and Mark's channel, the great Jed's Pop Culture Archives, everyone. And again, shout out to Yep, Archivist. Sorry, I messed it up. I'm going to change that, by the way. We can take Jed's names off since we don't know what happened to him. No, everyone, look, we don't know where Jed is. We hope he's okay. We love him, and and we hope we hope our great buddy Retro feels better. We're a little under the weather, so Retro, if you're hearing this, brother, we love you, man, and we hope you feel better. And,
yeah, I'll also be on the T-shirted Historians channel. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah,
cool.
Don't say anything about my channel. Don't say anything about the channel. My channel, you've been on every day of the week. I'm just a fucking
I'm going to play Fortnite with Fat Steven. Sorry, I'm forgetting everything.
Well, T-shirted, I don't have a link at the moment, man. But everyone, please seek out. I think can they do a search and find that?
Yeah, he's a good man. He's
Great
great.
stream.
Yes,
Yep. Great stream. Yep.
Well, T-shirted, we appreciate you being here, popping in, sir. And if anyone can find his channel, please subscribe to that. I will seek it out and get it into my subscription so that I can once we get done here. Okay, I want to thank everyone who popped in. I don't even know all the names of everyone who popped in. There are so many.
Mm-hmm.
There were some were new ones. First off, again, look, there we go. We got T-shirted. Toss you the man, dude.
Yeah.
Work on getting that one.
What's that?
You put that link in there, man.
Yeah, I took care of it. That and Eric O'Sullivan too. I think each of them has
you got
a
them
couple
both?
of extra subscribers there. I just subscribed to T-shirted
I
too.
didn't see Eric's. Oh, there's Eric's. Okay, good. I'm sorry. Yeah. Well, thanks, man. Let me get those in. You put them in the regular link in the regular chat. Thanks.
Yep, no problem.
Or did you do that? Because I'll have to find them.
Yeah, I put it in the
did.
regular
Thank you,
and
buddy.
in the in our chat.
Thanks, Bo. I promise both Eric and T-shirt, I'll get those and I'll have them with my normal chat thing there. But I appreciate you guys. I would appreciate everyone who came here tonight, today. Well, tonight to some, and day to others. Ironcaster T-shirted the story, and I saw Raymond Ginger was here earlier.
Yes, he was
for the first time, and thank you. Of course, the wonderful, beautiful, magnificent Purple Valkyrie. Big shout out to our beautiful first officer, the wonderful Raquel Briggs, who was here earlier with us today. And again, a big thank you to Tom and Andre from Midnight's Edge popping in. I was honored to have you both. Great fellers. They're amazing. And all of you are fantastic. Brett Cohen, Mike Beat, Darius Munchausen popped in. Paulie Latino Slant popped in earlier, my great buddy. Brett, let's see here. So many of you. The great Steve Mitchum was here, of course, buddy. Again, so many that I can't remember them all or find them all in the chat because my chat doesn't go that far back, everyone. But if you were here and listened and hung out with us, I appreciate you. Cavantino Cavalryman Che was here also, I believe. Yeah, I did see that. And the great Pat S., fantastic friend. All of you, anyone who popped in, if I'm forgetting you, just remember I'm old and senile. I forget things. Quick show notes before we get out of here. As always, this little show notes, and then we'll get out of here. Let's see here. Saturday night Star Trek with my magnificent first officer RAQUEL. 5 episodes instead of 4 for the next 2 weeks. Finishing up in our continuing mission. Finishing up 7:35, and we'll explain what that means next time she's here. Original series, 2 more episodes to go and then we'll move on to the animated series. We're going to do all of Real Trek, number 66 or 05. And Monday night, everyone. On Monday night, MARC Comics Talk. That is the birthday of our dear departed friend MARC C, the great MARC C, Mark Stephen Shure. And in a tribute to him, my good buddy Steve Mitchum is going to join me. We're going to talk about because he loved comic book art, as you all know. And he loved John Byrne. He was a big John Byrne fan. And we're going to talk about other comic book art, of course. But we're going to talk about John Byrne, John Byrne's art in particular, the art of John Byrne and his career and his works, and some of the other artists that Mark loved as well. And it just is a tribute to him, a good friend, and because I miss him every day. And I'd rather him being here, hanging out with me this Monday night, talking about this and other topics and arguing with me about different things about Byrne and stuff like that. So we'll be here. That'll be a special show for us, man.
Bobby.
Yeah.
We all miss him, man.
Yeah, man.
I miss him every day, man. I tell you what, every time and the show will always be Monday night MARC C Comics Talk, everyone. So yeah, we do. You're right, buddy. And so
I just want to let you know that you're not alone, everyone. I know how much.
I just want to say something quick too, because I have actually not chimed in on him. It's funny because on Richard Meyer Burnett's channel and a couple of other channels too, we used to have this back and forth where we would talk comics and we talk pop culture stuff. And it's funny. Everybody's been talking about how much they miss him, and every time I hear his name, I kind of smile and wax nostalgic and remember the good jibes back and forth. And he was quick-witted, he was funny, he was smart, he knew his stuff. And so yeah, every time we get a chance to bring him up and remember what a great guy he was, that makes me smile for our community and how warm and open and welcoming we are, as much as our opponents in the other areas of pop culture are fighting back at us. That's something that we can stay strong about, because you know what? He was a great member of our community, and boy, is he ever sorely missed right now.
He really is. Yeah, sometimes I still just kind of like a habit. I would think about some topic I wanted to do on the Monday night show, and then I have to remember I can't talk about it with him anymore. And it'd be one that we talked about doing because there were so many we had planned. So. It hurts, and but we're always gonna. I'll do what little we can. We're gonna honor him, and I got some things planned down the road to honor him as well. So,
nice.
Anyway, yep. So then that will be Monday night, my good friends, and I appreciate you all for being here. Everyone have a fantastic rest of your day or rest of your night. Next Thursday again, more Global Geek Gang, and from 2 weeks from then, we will have some kind of a topic. There's some few topics that we're thinking about. Not in the not too distant future, not next Sunday, AD. We're going to be doing some things like celebrating the 60th anniversary of the Fantastic Four, because we can do it way better than Marvel Comics ever will.
Nice.
We got a Doctor Who panel coming up. I mean, talking about the Doctor Who that we love, not just talking about all the horrible stuff. Blake 7, the great show Blake 7 needs some attention. We're going to get there.
Avon lives.
Avon lives, bro. And many other topics. So today was no specific topic, but it was so much fun. But we're going to have topic ones as well, because we had so much fun with our Legion of Superheroes roundtable and our Green Lantern roundtables and stuff. So topics in the future, folks. So thank you all much for being here, everyone, and have a great day and night. See you next time. See you Saturday night on Saturday Night Star Trek.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.